You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Day 2 on the field. Everybody, let's go ahead and get a prayer circle going. Let's go ahead and burn some sage. Let's go ahead and talk to whoever you want to talk to upstairs. And let's hope today that 0 injuries happen. Because I don't want to call it a pandemic or anything. There was rumblings in Miami that they're starting corner. Well, not a starting corner, but a cornerback might be out for the season. I haven't seen the latest on that with an ACL. I guess word this is this morning, Hamby, correct?
This was in the last 15 minutes.
This is in the last 15 minutes. It's breaking news. Justin Fields of the New York Jets has been carted off the field, and this is from a reliable source. I mean, everyone's talking about it now, so I assume
yes,
this is the real deal. Justin Fields carted off. Obviously, don't know the severity of the injury yet, but let's be honest. Anytime you get carted off the field, it's never a good look. And I'm not going to question Justin Fields' toughness. I feel like he's a pretty damn tough dude. Not a good look for the New York Jets. I have no idea what even happened. This is breaking once again. But we're going to obviously dive into that a little bit. But before we get into Justin Fields, let's bring it back local a little bit. And by local, I mean the parking lot outside. Yesterday, Brent Martineau, felt the need to take a picture of my parking job. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. I was over the line a little bit, but we move. Right. I had to get here. I had to run a show. I had to start the show, right? Starting the show again, and Brent Martineau will be here momentarily. But it didn't affect too many people. Action Sports Jax Liv Tasley parked right next to me. She may have had to maneuver a little bit, but we're all good. I come here this morning, ready to start the show. Brent going to be a little late. All good. I'll take it from here. And I have nowhere to park. Not because of the parking lot full, but because somebody felt the need to take orange cones and cover every single parking spot. Hamby, you got the pictures? I just sent them to you. I know this, but I'm trying to relay the fact of I don't know what's going on right now with this company and this parking lot. Because, Hamby, you know how I roll. Freelancer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We went over this yesterday, right? If I have to go to a doctor and I have to get some kind of surgery, guess where that insurance is coming from? That's out of pocket, right. Okay? It ain't coming from the company that I'm working for. You know why? Freelancer. Mm-hmm. And it's got some perks and it's got some drawbacks. The perk being I can park wherever I want because I'm a guest in this building, Hamby, right? Yeah, I work for the company, but once again, freelancer. So imagine my surprise this morning when I'm pulling up. Time is of the essence, and there is nowhere for me to park. Hamby, you got the picture?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm trying to set you up. Now, did I wait for a car to pull out? Maybe, or did I just kick a cone over and say, not today? Might have kicked the cone over.
Maybe
kicked the cone over. I'm really curious to see what Brent Martineau's going to do here. I'm sure he's listening to the show right now as he's driving back from Jaguars Training Camp. I'm really curious to see where he's going to park. And people, we'll get the pictures in a second. I'm not exaggerating this. Every single parking spot, so we're talking 15, 20 parking spots, there's an orange cone there. Don't know if it's a company prank. Don't know if it's an office prank. But if you want to get a prank war, Hamby, I ain't your Huckleberry. Mm-hmm. I think I get a prank war with. One more time, do you have any pictures, or should we just go to talk about Justin Fields?
No, so, real quick, this was yesterday.
Yes.
This was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I will...
Shout out to Liv Tasley for showing the devil horns, covering up our license plates. Rock on, Liv. Appreciate you. Hamby?
Here we go.
Okay.
System's a little slow today.
Yeah, I can see that. Anytime. Yep. All right. So this is one spot.
And the other one is the same.
And the other one's the same. Yeah, you get the idea. Neil say every single parking spot's taken. Now, did I play kick the can or kick the cone? Because let's be honest, Hamby, you ever grow up play kick the can? Or
Yeah.
Hey, I still got it. Hey, call me Vinatieri. The way that I sent that cone flying. Now, hopefully it's not some landscaping thing where they're going to chop down trees. I'm in the way. Maybe it's that. If it is, I'll move it accordingly. But until that time, we move. We got a show to do, and I got a money parking spot. I'm not gonna show you where I parked because I don't need to draw attention to it. But I'm close, Hamby.
Okay.
I'm real close. Where'd you park at? There's zero cones this morning?
I mean, I got here at 6. So.
Hamby sleeps here. I got you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hamby lives here. Hamby, I'm not sure if you've seen any video yet about Justin Fields and everything.
No video yet.
And then we'll get into the Jaguars stuff. But this is obviously the breaking news of the day. Starting quarterback.
Total disaster.
The guy that was going to replace Aaron Rodgers. And now it's looking like New York just might be snake bitten, the way this has panned out the past couple of years. I mean, granted, Aaron Rodgers did play last year, but 2 years ago, obviously, first game of the season.
Aaron Rodgers lasted longer than Fields did.
Which is crazy, man. It's wild. Once again, waiting to hear reports, but we talked about this yesterday a little bit. And here's my biggest concern. I'm concerned that because it's a lower leg injury, and they haven't said if he got rolled up on, if it was a cut, whatever the case. But I'm concerned that they were, going through like a 7-on-7 or like a full team period, and somebody like rolled up on him because they're going a little too hard. And this alludes back to yesterday when we were talking about what are the pros and cons about having a former NFL player as your head coach. Now let's look at Aaron Glenn real quick. First-year head coach, replacing Robert Saleh, replacing a very disappointing season last year where players didn't play to their full capabilities in New York. I mean, did Brent have him going to the Super Bowl last year? He did. He had the Jets and then the Cowboys. I think a lot of people thought like the Jets last year with Aaron Rodgers coming back were going to be the real deal. And rightfully so. I thought they had one of the best rosters in the entire NFL. Well, they don't exceed expectations. Far from it. They falter. You play in a division that's got some pretty solid teams, and lo and behold, the Jets don't do anything. Let go of Aaron Rodgers, bring in Justin Fields, who a lot of people thought should have started the entire season in Pittsburgh, gets off to a hot, at least fantasy start. Russell Wilson comes back, starts over Justin Fields, and now he's in New York. I hope this injury, listen, I don't hope injuries in anybody, but I hope this injury wasn't a result of somebody rolling into the quarterback. Because if that's the case, and yes, accidents happen, injuries happen. But if you're the head coach, if you're the coordinators, you got to take it upon yourself to say, hey, guys, let's get a good, solid session in, but we got to take care of the guy wearing the red jersey. Who knows if he's going to wear a red jersey? Knowing Aaron Glenn, guy was probably just wearing a regular jersey, Hamby. I'm kidding.
I mean, the quarterback's supposed to be untouchable. I would think this is just almost he's sprinting in a drill and maybe tries to make a cut. I have a hard time believing even in a 7-on-7, like they're not doing a whole lot of 11-on-11.
No, especially without pads on.
Right.
Which I don't think they have pads on yet.
So this screams non-contact, trying to make a cut, either a knee or Achilles or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? We hear carted off, we hear leg injury. The first thing we go to is the knee.
Right.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, once again, knock on wood, and wish nothing but best for Justin Fields. But it seems like now like the Achilles is kind of the injury, right? Like you saw Halliburton, you saw Tatum in the NBA, but NFL as well, man. So I don't know
who their backup is.
I have no idea who their backup is. No, it's no, I don't know who their backup is.
It's Tyrod Taylor. He's going to find himself.
I mean, we're talking about Tyrod Taylor, the dude that was in, I think at the time it might have been San Diego. It was LA, whatever. But, remember when Herbert had the ribs?
Yeah.
And then Tyrod, was that Herbert had the ribs? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tyrod took over for a couple. That dude just fought. If you're an organization, do you almost got to, hold the phone on Tyrod Taylor now? Like, getting him on your team because the guy might be like.
Yeah, if you get him, he's going to play.
He's going to play. Maybe not the best thing.
Maybe not.
Yeah. But once again, knock on the most wood, everybody. Well, let's hope today, once again, get your prayer circles that nothing happens in Jacksonville, right? Mason Smith right now is the biggest story in terms of injuries, but by all indications, he should be back, in a week's time, if not sooner.
You just want to bubble wrap everybody if you could.
Yeah.
And Cohen talked a lot about that yesterday, about the, balance and of trying to be physical and protect guys, and obviously, when you're doing that for the first time as an NFL head coach, I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many teams you've been around. So I'll be interested to see, obviously, when pads go on next week, just how physical is it? Because the last thing you want is to go out for the regular season and you look like you haven't done a single tackling drill all offseason.
Yeah. And I get injuries. I mean, Hamby, I can't get off this. Like, we saw it with, Dante Fowler, right? You've seen it with Travis Etienne. Like, yes, injuries happen unexpectedly. But to have your quarterback, and I think, is this their first day of full practice or is this like their second? Whatever second day of practice. To have your starting quarterback get carted off the field, in which I assume is got to be a non-contact because they're not in full pads.
Right.
That can't happen.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't care if it's like he's out of shape like Jamarcus Russell now. Like, it's just, it can't happen. I think Justin Fields takes off-season workouts pretty seriously. Like, I think this guy was going to come in to have something to prove this year, to show that he is truly a QB1, replacing Aaron Rodgers, showing that, Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh, maybe that should have been my job. And now we're talking about getting carted off the field one of your very first practices at the quarterback. It can't happen. So, okay, listen, I'm going to be all focused in, obviously, on the Jaguars training camp. Can't we talk about Brent, what he saw today, from our fantasy underdogs or whatever you want, or the training camp underdogs or darlings, as he calls them. I can't wait for all of it.
Well, speaking of Brent.
Okay.
I think we got him right now.
Okay.
He's on his way back from training camp. Let's see if
driving while doing that?
Oh, come on now.
Okay.
Brent, you got us?
This.
I got
you.
That's a good precedent.
Here we go.
What's wrong with I can't talk in the car. My AirPods. You're not going to watch me.
I was under the impression that you were going to have the video and you're going to be talking with your face. I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know what was going on today. I thought you were going to be in studio. Communication.
Well, I am. I was just a little hung up, but I also feel like this is just a great opportunity to tell you all about my Nimnik Buick GMC Sierra 1500, driving 145,000 miles. NimnikBuickGMC.com. Go visit them on Phillips Highway. So there we go. But anyway, the training camp drive, if you will, just got out of there, guys. And I don't like what you're talking about. Now, I understand with the Justin Fields stuff, but I don't like what you're talking about. I don't even like thinking about it, but it does cross your mind in terms of the injuries. And I said this last night on First and 10 training camp on TV, and I started the show with, so many people today have asked me, how did the Jags look? Texted me, talked to wherever I was, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like good, I guess. Like, it looked like it's supposed to look. And it hit me where I said, I don't know if you're supposed to say a training camp practice ever looked good or the Jags looked great. I think, Austin, what you want to do is avoid it was bad. And it was bad means the quarterback threw 4 turnovers, or it looked really sloppy, or somebody got hurt. And I wonder if you kind of felt the same way. Like, did you ever really say, that was an awesome practice when you were in camp? Or did you say, well, at least it wasn't a bad one?
Yeah, no, I mean, see, it depends, right? Because usually the way that it works with offense and defense, like if you're on defense and you stop the offense, whether you're going goal line, whether you're going 11 on 11, team run, team pass periods, like if you get the better of that offense, like as a whole, then yeah, you're going to walk off that field and say, hey, we did our part today. And the coordinators are going to reassure that. Now, if you're on defense and Trevor Lawrence comes out in red zone period, he's tearing you apart, team run, you can't stop the run and everything, then yeah, if you feel like you kind of got outmanned, then you're going to kind of hang your head a little bit. Despite what you did on individual periods and one-on-one periods, like it comes down to the team dynamic. So if you're shutting that offense down, it's going to feel great. If they're scoring on you at will, it's going to feel bad.
Yeah, so far so good. By the way, I think it's just kind of neutral. I don't feel any certain way. I mean, there's a little give and take. Interception today by Antonio Johnson. I think that was on Nick Mullins. We were talking. It's on the far field and on Nick Mullins. So there's been a couple of picks, and I don't think Trevor's had either one. I was watching Trevor's footwork today. John Ogier caught up with Trevor Lawrence on Jaguars.com on his own podcast, and part of the discussion they had was how the front foot at setup is different for Trevor. He used to be right-footed to start. Now it's left. And So I thought that was interesting. I was kind of watching some of that footwork and what they were talking about, what Cohen's been talking about. So there's a little bit of that. I don't really think there was a lot of like headline stuff coming out of today's practice, if I'm being honest, but it was just another good day. And I think that's kind of the way it is, to your point, and kind of to Liam Cohen's point yesterday. That's how he described it. Hey, going to be a little give and take. It would be nice at some point, right, when you get the wow plays, and we will get that with Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. And by the way, that's another thing. We'll talk a little more BTJ and Travis Hunter today. And it is fun to watch Hunter where he's at on the field when people are doing things. Sure, he's going to be with the wide receivers, again, green jersey on today, but then he does come over during special teams and other periods and work with the defensive coaches on his own to get caught up on some things. So I think that part's pretty fascinating as that will continue to develop. Sooner or later, as Cohen said yesterday, Hunter will play in practice on both sides of the ball at a pretty consistent basis.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to probably be, despite what Casey Kurt's game yesterday says about people at the town center requesting what they want to see at training camp. I mean, that's going to be all eyes, I feel like, of, hey, where's Travis Hunter now? And he's wearing a green jersey, so he kind of stands out a little bit more, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool in itself, right? Like, he's wearing, like, the money jersey where, it's going to be very easy to follow. Where's Travis Hunter? Now, like, that's what we should have. Like where's Travis Hunter follower or like a cam or even like a Twitter account, like Hamby. If you want to get some more followers, that's what you're going to do, man. Like, you're going to start a Where's Travis Hunter Twitter page and, like, oh, he's back on offense. Oh, now he's on special teams. Like, just follow him around, man. Kind of like the Tiger tracker, if you will.
Hey, Tiger, that's a good idea. I didn't think of it from a social media standpoint, but it's like you were in our sports office yesterday. I was talking to Liv about this, and I hope other TV people aren't listening right now and steal our idea. But I said, hey, one of these practices, especially when he goes to both sides of the ball, I think we should. Now, we're not allowed to shoot the entire practice, but I do think we should start the camera when he gets out on the field and never stop the camera. Just continuously follow number 12 that's all we do on one of our cameras. And so I think, Austin, we are going to try to do that. Now, not on a daily basis, right? But I think that would be a fun watch. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm kind of like keyed in on Trevor a lot today and his footwork. At Travis Hunter, where is he? I said Liam Cohen yesterday. I watched a little more of that today. Some of these other coaches, as you get to know them and their styles and who they're working with. Some of the details that have been talked about. Now you're trying to see if you can kind of see an illustration of that, I guess, on the field. So, but Travis Hunter is, I think you could go out to a training camp practice and do exactly what you just said. Now, can you do it on a daily basis? Well, you'd miss a lot of other stuff, but he is that big of a story.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I think if you're going to have anybody on this team, or really, once again, because he's such a unicorn, like, anybody in the league that you want to have a tracker on of what he's doing at practice, I think Travis Hunter is going to be number one, like, simple as that. People are intrigued on a national
absolutely.
level too. Like, this isn't even like a local thing. Like, there's fantasy fans out there, there's Colorado Buffalo fans, and there's Travis Hunter fans that just want to know what the guy's doing.
Well, and also, I don't know I know some of this is just very nuanced conversation at times, and it's like, what does it really mean? Like, what do they say? What are the body language? What is this? What is that? But I was talking today to some folks out there about who's coming in, to your point. Well, Ian Rappaport is supposed to be here tomorrow, I think. And I think like
Our favorite.
Pelicero's coming as well in the next couple of days. Who was it? Someone else. Someone else from like USA Today. And I wouldn't say those guys never show up at Jags camp, but they are showing up because of Travis Hunter. And the flip side of that is they're not really showing up for Trevor Lawrence. Now, someday you want them to show up for Trevor Lawrence, right? You want them to be the reason. That's why I'm going to see Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I'm going to see Josh Allen in Buffalo. I'm going to see Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. They're not doing that in Jacksonville. Sure. You certainly know Trevor. You talk to Trevor. You see where he's at. He's still I think, a big figure in the National Football League, especially given the way things have gone for him so far. But this is about Travis Hunter right now. And Austin, there's so much on Trevor that I can't imagine there's a happier guy that so many eyes and ears and headlines and everything else are on Travis Hunter than Trevor Lawrence. I wonder if this does help him out, especially learning a new system and easing into this Liam Cohen regime.
No, I mean, listen, anytime you're a quarterback, we heard it 2 days ago from Liam Cohen when he talked about the test of like what Trevor Lawrence has to know, what he has to memorize, all the checks, all the balances. Like, I don't envy Trevor Lawrence's spot at all, regardless of how much money he's making. But I also think it's going to take a load off his shoulders knowing, like, because one of the biggest stories this offseason going into this season is the fact, is Trevor Lawrence the guy? Right? Like, and once again, we can have all the excuses, Urban Meyer, right? The play calling, the drop balls, like, it's not just all on Trevor. But we entered this season now wondering, is he going to show if he's the guy or not? Like, this has to be the year. And with that comes a lot of pressure. But I think it does help, and this is a testament to James Gladstone, a testament to Liam Cohen, and drafting a guy like Travis Hunter to say, let's take some pressure off of you. Yes, this is a big year for this organization. Trevor, it's a huge year for you, but you don't need all the pressure. Let's put some pressure on Travis Hunter, even the rookie, right? Like, let's see what he can do. That's what we're all talking about. We're not talking about right now, oh, is Trevor Lawrence the guy or not? Like, we got to find out this year. He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, but we're not talking about it. We're talking about Travis Hunter. And I think that's by design, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be there in a couple minutes. I'll let you go on this Nimick Buick GMC training camp drive in just a moment, but I'll finish with this and send it back to you. I want to make sure it's crystal clear. I don't think Trevor Lawrence minds the attention. Like, I'm not saying he craves it. I'm just saying I don't think he feels the pressure of it. He knows how to handle this spot. He was the face of college football. He was one of the faces of high school football. Like, he is okay in that spot. I've long said that. But I just do think maybe subconsciously this will help the transition process a little bit better. And another thing to elaborate on as camp goes along, and we talk about this year really, is, hey, this is it. And I don't mean this is it for 2025. Like, Trevor's probably not done if he has just a little above average year or anything. I mean, this is probably it. Like, he's not getting another head coach. Like, this partnership, this marriage, it has to work in Jacksonville, or we're seeing changes by the time that stadium opens, maybe with head coach and definitely with quarterback, I would say. So this has to work, not necessarily in September, maybe not necessarily in 2025, but this partnership with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence undoubtedly has to work. I'll see you in a couple.
See you in a couple. Have fun trying to park. Do you think he's... I assume he's listening to the first part of the show, yeah?
I would assume so.
Okay, yeah. I'm really curious to see where Brent Martineau is going to park or if he's going to kick a cone. But, Hamby, do you agree, like... See, I think if Travis Hunter wasn't here, and you're talking about that first Trevor Lawrence press conference, the question's going to be what? How much pressure do you feel this year to perform now with the new coaching staff, right? Is this the last go-around with the coaching staff? All this stuff. But now I feel like we change that dialogue and we move it from, well, how much pressure's on you? What are you feeling? To, hey, how do you like your new weapon in Travis Hunter? What is Travis Hunter doing? Like, I just think, like, and once again, I think this is all by design. We had Liam Cohen on a couple days ago. Remember when I asked him about Chris Godwin and Mike Evans going out? And do you remember what he said? That he wanted to get other players in there? Like, he wanted to trade for somebody else?
Yeah.
Liam Cohen knows how to take care of his quarterback. Now, they didn't trade for anybody else, and I feel like Liam Cohen kind of felt a certain type of way about that. Didn't really need to. Like, during those 3 games that Mike Evans was out, yes, they did lose, but they played competitively, and it wasn't because of the offense. Like, the defense, gave up a couple points, or they lost. But I do feel like Liam Cohen has his finger on the pulse of what a quarterback needs. And if it's rumblings, if it's hearsay, call it that. But I have heard, like, when Travis Hunter became an option, or at least the talks of it, Liam Cohen was at the forefront, pounding on the table saying, we need to get Travis Hunter here.
Right.
Liam Cohen was brought here for a reason. Yes, it was to win games. Yes, it was to go to the playoffs. Yes, one day, hopefully, to win a Super Bowl. But the resume says he was brought here to help the quarterback.
Right.
And to help this offense.
Yeah.
So he's going to go above and beyond to do so. Enter Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I just don't think I don't think there's a whole lot of difference for Trevor Lawrence's sake, whether Travis Hunter's here or not. I definitely think from the media perspective, like the kind of questions he would get or pressure or anything like that, I do agree that I'm sure he kind of, doesn't mind the spotlight not being on him because he's more of a guy who's, just wants to be the leader of the football team on the field and, wants to take care of business, doesn't really care one way or the other as far as media goes. Obviously, he's good and answers all the questions, but, Trevor doesn't care.
Yeah.
Not that Travis does either, because Travis is, real short with it.
Yeah.
But I just think Trevor's got to feel real comfortable with Cohen already. And just the way that, I mean, yesterday he's talking about how Liam Cohen talked about using your eyes as a weapon.
Yeah.
And then they asked Trevor about it, and he was like, yeah, I don't think I'd ever been coached that before. Like, I do it just as a quarterback to some degree, just because over time you're looking to, kind of add on to your game, stuff like that. But I've never been taught, and I've never been coached.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then we have the footwork. He's changed his stance. He's always been a right foot up guy. Now he's a left foot guy. That's obviously a Cohen / Udinsky, Waldron, the whole conglomerate thing that they've changed right away. So we've got, obviously, the playbook is one thing. The scheme is another thing. He talked about how Mullins kind of came from this system with Udinsky in Minnesota, and how Mullins said, look, you're going to love it. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable. You're going to feel when you step up to the line of scrimmage that you're in the right play a lot more of the time. Or at least you can to the right play a lot more of the time. When the ball is snapped, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. Pile those things on, and I just feel like Trevor does that guarantee he's going to have a career year? No. But I just feel like the comfortability in knowing that these guys are there for him means something.
No, it means everything. And once again, this goes back to just, as an organization, showing that you have your players back, right? Because and I get hindsight's 2020, but if you look at the weapons for Trevor Lawrence's, first, what would it be, 5 years now, or Gordon 5? Yeah, I get the whole vision with Marvin Jones. Was Marvin Jones the answer? Well, apparently not. Was Gabe Davis the answer? Apparently not. Right? Like, we can keep on going down this list. Like, yes, you got one in Brian Thomas Jr. You risked it for the biscuit a little bit. You got a wide receiver in the first round. Look what happened. And then you re-upped this year. You anteed up. You sacrificed a little draft capital to get another one receiver. Like, and I guarantee that's got Liam Cohen written all over. Like, we want to sit here and praise James Gladstone for what he's done in this draft, and as we should, right? Like, dude's earned his flowers. We're all excited for James Gladstone. Don't discount Liam Cohen here, though, either, is all I'm saying, in terms of getting Travis Hunter here. Because if I was going to put my money down, I'd be willing to bet that Liam Cohen was in those meeting rooms pounding the table saying, you brought me here for a reason. It's to help out the quarterback. Let's help out the quarterback and get Travis Hunter. So even though we praise James Gladstone a lot for that move and Tony Baselli, I think just as amount of praise goes to Liam Cohen for getting Travis Hunter here. But I do think, Hamby, and this is nothing against Doug Peterson, dude's won a Super Bowl, right? So he's earned his stripes. I do see a shift, though, where there's almost more accountability, but there's almost more of like, hey, we're in this together with Liam Cohen than there was with Doug Peterson. I think Doug Peterson gave Trevor Lawrence the keys, and maybe, he didn't keep the car on the road all the time. And Doug Peterson was just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Because we talked about it last year. When Trevor Lawrence was playing at a very high level, did Doug Peterson sing any praises about Trevor Lawrence? Like, hey, Trevor had a good game? No. Liam Cohen sang more praises of Trevor Lawrence the first couple days of training camp, it seems like, than Doug Peterson has overall. Let's go ahead and head to break here. I think we'll have Brent back in studio in a second if we can find a parking spot for him. Liam Cohen, man, all eyes on you now. James Gladstone takes a back seat. Tony Baselli takes a back seat. Liam Cohen, it's all on you now, man.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, the most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC, we are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
It's fast-paced.
Hands off on first down, and there goes Edward Vander.
High fly.
Wide open receiver. It's caught.
Action-packed. Weekend fun. Fun for the entire family. It's the Jacksonville Sharks. I feel like anybody could play in this league. It's gotta be like backyard football, right?
Whoa! This ain't the Arena League, Brent. This is the indoor league, and they play defense here.
It's a lot safer to just watch the professionals play. And watching is a lot of fun. A party in the stands at the arena for kids and adults. And it's indoors. Get out of the heat for the summer and watch the Sharks shine inside. Jacksonville Sharks football, season number 15. It's the drive for 5, and it's still alive. Get your tickets at jacksharks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Justin went down with toe in the right side of his foot. Listen, I don't know the severity of the injury, but I do know it's a toe on his right side. And listen, we have an outstanding backup in Tyrod. He's been in this league for around 14 years, so the leadership that he brings, listen, we're all good. We're all good. So I thought today's practice was really good, especially for the defense. The defense came out energized.
Okay, that's Aaron Glenn from the Jets for the Justin Fields update on the injury. Not much of an update other than a toe. Just a real quick thought there. Did he not know his name?
Dude must have got confused for a second, man. Going through a lot. Well, Brent, he just lost the starting quarterback
I don't think
for an extended period of time.
I don't think we caught that in full context.
Sure, there's a lot going on.
That is your quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, what I found really interesting about that, as you guys were talking about Justin Fields and the health, and maybe that seems like a pretty good, you know, alternative to getting carted off. It might be a toe injury. I mean, it could be a lot worse, right? He went to the backup real quick. I think that was his way of diffusing, like, hey, don't worry, it's not a major headline. We just keep rolling. Next man up. But it's like, wow, that was kind of odd to go to Tyrod Taylor. We've got a great backup.
Yeah, I know. I mean, which doesn't void a lot of confidence in terms of the severity of the injury. Now, once again, you hear toe, could be turf toe, but it could also be a Liz Frank. Hamby, were you saying that somebody stepped on his foot possibly? So that's what they're saying out of camp?
Yeah, that's what they're saying is there's a possibility that Glenn went on to say in another soundbite, apparently, that based off of the drill, he believes somebody stepped on his foot. He's going to go back and watch the video.
Okay, well, go and definitely change that drill around then. But, yeah, I mean, it could be a sprained toe. It could be a turf toe, which is a little more severe, or it could be a Liz Frank. I mean, I literally had Evan Britton step on my toe during one-on-one drills, and I tore my Liz Frank because of it. And that set me back a long time. I was able to play still with it, and it wasn't fun and one of the worst pains of my life. But there's a difference between being a defensive end and just kind of coming off the edge and being, you know, a mobile quarterback in Justin Fields that you have to rely on your wheels, on your speed as at the quarterback position.
Yeah,
so
and he doesn't do that as much as like he's not crazy with his legs.
Fields?
Yeah. I mean,
Fields runs, man. Fields is like a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, I guess he does. Who am I thinking of? I'm sorry.
Russell Wilson?
No, I was thinking of Stroud.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was thinking of Ohio State. I'm trying to picture him back. No, Fields definitely needs it.
Yeah, Fields needs it.
My fault. But yeah, I mean, listen, Liz Frank stuff. I don't know. It's interesting you bring up Liz Frank from the toe. I didn't know that.
I mean, foot, toe, like it's
I
it's
know
all,
foot. Yeah. Liz Frank makes sense. But Liz Frank would be a lot more. Now, turf toe can be a tough one. Something like that.
Especially for how Fields plays.
Yeah, broken toe, all those.
It's one thing if it's Tom Brady back there, okay, you know, like you're not kind of a statue, but it's another thing if you're like a super mobile quarterback. And now I can't help but think if this is Jason Hamby's fault because do you put out the Kirk Cousins bat signal?
Do what now?
Do you put out the Kirk Cousins bat signal?
Oh, you want Kirk to come in and...
Well, I'm saying if this is going to be an extended period of time, do you trust Tyrod Taylor or do you want to go with a more seasoned veteran who probably has a little more upside in Kirk Cousins?
I bet they'd just stay.
With Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea, thow. Yeah.
Unless it was a season-ending injury, then
I
could definitely see it. But if this is, you know, it's going to be a month of regular season... I don't think they're playing for this year much.
And I would suggest, it's way early in camp. So, I mean, you're still, again, 6 weeks until the regular season, right? Close to or something like that. So, I would suggest that it's not a panic move for them just yet. But we'll see. I guess we'll see with the X-rays
see how
and other
severe
things.
it is. Yeah.
I would say. But that's obviously a big story around the NFL today with that injury. You don't like to see the quarterback go down. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby. Queso will join us in just a little bit. Day 2 of Jaguars Training Camp. And there's really not a major storyline, quite frankly, coming out of there, which is an okay thing.
Any injuries for us?
The only Buster Brown held out today, precautionary according to the Jags. I think they listed that as, let me just not make it up, lower leg. So lower leg, whatever that is. And all these things seem very precautionary at the moment, but nothing like severe, knock on wood. And listen, I can't say I wasn't thinking about it a little bit a couple of days ago. It's like you kind of almost ask yourself, you don't want to say it out loud, just like you're going to get banged up. Like guys you don't stay perfectly healthy, but you've got to get like, in a weird way, the right guys banged up if it's going to happen. And you can't have the wrong guys banged up. And I'm not going to go down that list because I don't want to put it on anybody. But I'm just saying, like, we know who that list is, I think. And I think you can argue some others, whether there's depth in a spot or not. And I think that's like part of the fortunate teams, part of either have depth in a spot where they get banged up or a guy really steps in and it's unexpected. But I think that's the deal. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to get banged up in this position, do you have enough guys below, right? There have been times like the Jags when they did lose a receiver. You're like, oh, okay, well, if you feel pretty comfortable with like 5 different guys, you hate to lose that receiver, but you've got some other bodies there that there's confidence in. Well, that's not necessarily the case at all positions, and we know that with the Jags. So hopefully they stay as healthy as possible. I guess the other thing is this when the Fields or when you're talking Jags or training camp or anybody, is you just hope that it's not season ending.
Yeah.
Like for any of them. Because if you can come back, there's a window of hope of coming back. And if things do happen earlier in camp, then you've got a better shot of that.
Of course.
So there's just some stuff you want to stay away from. But that's part of being lucky, man. That's why football, you got to be lucky too.
It's just not a good look when, whatever, it's the first, second day of training camp and you're not in full pads and your starting quarterback that you used to invested a lot in, gets carted off. Just not a good look.
No, not at all. Hey, I want to talk, we were talking a little bit of Travis Hunter. We didn't talk a lot about Brian Thomas Jr. yesterday. And I mean, the Travis Hunter stuff is fascinating because I thought Cohen was pretty good on it in terms of really laying out the plan, and we can get into a little bit more of that. But at first, the thought on Brian Thomas Jr., and I think we're going to hear from him today on the show too. Marcel Robinson caught up with him yesterday. It's 2 things for me for Brian Thomas Jr. also. I don't know if you feel the same way. Like, we know he's a good player. But we wonder, 1, if he's a great player. And 2, is like a character development going on here. Because he comes in and he doesn't say anything. He's super quiet. You even have guys like Trevor and other players, Christian Kirk, I think, and Evan Ingram. Yeah, man, you can't get a lot out of him. A lot of people will be like, yeah, that guy's quiet in front of a microphone, but he's really fun in the locker room or something else. Like, yeah, it takes a little bit to get something out of him.
Yeah.
But I thought he really did a nice job in front of the microphone as the season went along, too. I don't know if it's opened up, but I thought he got more comfortable in the position that he was in. He looks like he's comfortable with people talking about him.
Sure.
And that's fine. And now you hear him saying things like, hey, I want to be more of a leader. Whether that comes vocal by example, who knows? But I think we're watching this development, and I don't think it ends this year. I think it's really interesting to see where Brian Thomas Jr. goes, not just in September and 2025, but where he goes from a playing standpoint and almost a personality standpoint over the next few seasons.
Yeah, I think from a playing standpoint, he has all the makings to be a top 5 wide receiver if he's not already. I understand ESPN wants to put him outside the top 10. All right, man, have another stellar season, then, make yourself undeniable, if you will. I think he's already up there with top 5, simply because the guy can do it all. The guy can take, a slant and make it a 50-yard reception. The guy can take the top off. He runs a 4.33, I think, at the combine. Like, he has all the tools to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. So from a playing standpoint, yeah, I think the guy can be very special. From the personality standpoint, I understand there's the preconceived notion of a wide receiver. You have to be a diva. You have to have the cool celebrations. You have to have the TikTok videos and all this stuff. He doesn't have that, and that's okay. I almost celebrate that. Now, does it hurt him in terms of like endorsement deals and like notoriety and maybe even fantasy football, like where you draft him? Maybe. I don't think he really cares about that. And to me, it reminds me of, one of the best wide receivers I ever played against, Andre Johnson. Like, Andre Johnson was a staple in Houston for a long time. And he had a lot of hype coming out of college, by the way, too. Well, first-round pick, yeah? I believe, out of Miami?
I think he was, yeah.
I think he's a first-round pick out of Miami. So had the hype and everything, but, like, didn't necessarily have, the on-the-field attitude, the on-the-field, quote-unquote, swag to say, oh, this guy's a legit wide receiver. But what did he do? He went about his business, got touchdown after touchdown, tore us apart a couple times after we played him, and is a Hall of Famer, as far as I'm concerned. So you don't have to be this outspoken, this brash, almost like this Malik Neighbors, if you saw yesterday when him and Russell Wilson were kind of going back and forth because, Wilson didn't get it to him in the end zone properly. You don't have to be the Neighbors type. You don't have to be the Chase type. Like, you can go about your business, be an all-pro player, be great in the community, and keep a low profile. Andre Johnson has showed that.
Yeah, I think That's a good. I don't know if that's even the comp for me. I get what you're saying though. I was actually thinking about a different guy that you played with, and I know he was huge from a brand standpoint, but I never knew what his personality was. Like I never really associated with personality, more just specimen in game. And that's Calvin Johnson, who you played with a little bit in Detroit. Like he wasn't like an outspoken wide receiver brand. Like you didn't, did you? Or am I missing that?
No, I mean he wasn't. Well,
I mean I know he had his own brand because he was.
Well, yeah,
really good.
Dude had his own brand, literally had his own cleat, which was crazy.
Yeah,
the Megatron
had the nickname,
and also like towards the end, he had to be outspoken because he felt like because the whole injury thing.
Yeah.
Like that's why he quote unquote retired early. So I mean, no, wasn't outspoken in terms of like the cockiness or anything. But I just think Calvin Johnson being Calvin Johnson, and he was at the time just a freak of nature.
Yeah,
like 6'5", ran a 4.3, whatever. Like. To me, we had never saw a guy like Calvin Johnson before.
Yeah.
So, like, you didn't really have to talk because your play spoke for itself. Brian Thomas Jr. is getting to that point where it doesn't matter what you say, man, because your play is going to speak for itself.
Yeah, that's nice. Like, that's a pretty cool thing, I guess, right? And it's pretty cool to have this conversation. I'll also say another thing. We get. I always think it's interesting on social media this time of year, or maybe even if it's on the show in the comments, I'm not sure, maybe some yesterday or whatever. And people almost get like annoyed with the Jacksonville Jaguars and in a sense like us because when you're reporting on training camp, I mean, it is what it is. You've got people talking, you've got certain plays, you got Cephas hype, right? That's what you've got until you have Sundays. This time of year, that's what you've got. But people are a little tired of that because they know what Sundays have turned into for a long time in Jacksonville. And I totally understand it. But until we have Sundays, that's what we've got. So but you get a lot of, you don't get a lot, but you get some feedback. It's like, oh, yeah, we've done this before. We talk about, blah, blah, whatever. Like, I get it, but it's what we've got. The thing that's cool, I think, about Brian Thomas Jr. is, we might talk about him on the practice field. But like we really talk about him on Sundays. Like that's actually like what Dewey Wingard said yesterday, like he turns into a beast on Sundays, just a different animal. Well, that we were not raving about Brian Thomas Jr. last camp. We're talking about the trio of receivers and weapons that they have and everything else, and maybe notice a good play here or there. It took the Kansas City game. In that catch, it was a contested catch from about 40 yards, and everybody got hyped up over it on the sideline. That really we were like, oh, okay. It was pretty quiet on the Brian Thomas Jr. front, if you remember, for the first week and a half or so. And I think like Neighbors and Harrison were making some noise. We're like, hey, what about our guy? That's the way this thing kind of started, if you remember just a year ago. But I think that's kind of refreshing, too, because we do talk, hey, Trevor, man, looked good at practice. Hey, we're going to say, hey, Caleb Ransaw, man, what a play he made here or there. But you have no idea if he can do it on Sunday. Well, the thing about this guy is he actually seems to play better on Sundays than he even does on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. And he probably plays pretty damn good on Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays most of the time. And the reason I got on Brian Thomas Jr. because if there's the one criticism from yesterday's practice, it might be him. He didn't wow you yesterday at practice. Had a couple drops, looked like he was frustrated with himself. And he also made a play here or there, too. It wasn't like a disaster practice. But it wasn't like, loading all pro season.
Sure.
That's not how you leave camp practice a lot with Brian Thomas Jr. I've got a feeling we're going to leave practice at times these mornings, and I come back here and I'll be raving about a play Travis Hunter makes.
Sure.
Right? And we might rave about a play here or there from Brian Thomas Jr., but we know he gets it done on Sundays. The Jags haven't had enough guys where you really know it steps up and amps up and delivers on Sundays. Yeah. That's really what I like about him.
Yeah, dude's definitely a gamer.
He's a gamer.
And I think he's going to be as great as Liam Cohen's going to allow him to be. You know, if you give Brian Thomas Jr. 10 targets a game, I don't think he's going to disappoint you. I think he's going to get open. I think he's going to make plays. I think he's going to use his speed, and he'll find the end zone. You know, it's just it's a matter of how much do you want to use him.
That's tough balance.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're winning, listen, it comes down to as long as you're winning first and foremost, right? But it is a tough balance.
More
and
snaps, more possessions.
Correct. And obviously when Mac Jones took over, you saw the usage rate go up drastically, and you saw it pay dividends in that offense. So I'm sure Liam Cohen, having had guys like Mike Evans Having had guys like a little bit for Chris Godwin, like, but more specifically Mike Evans, like he's going to know how to get him the ball.
There was some. I was listening to this is the second time I mentioned John Osier's podcast with Trevor Lawrence. But when the quarterback talks, you try to go find it and listen, right? And it was a little different than a podium session. So nice job, John Osier. You can see it on Jaguars.com. But he said something that caught my ears when he was asked about Brian Thomas Jr. And I think maybe it was the offense. Maybe it was just. I think it was Brian Thomas Jr., or trying to tie in Travis Hunter and the offensive weapons and everything else. He's like, hey, man, we're going to be able to throw at other guys, obviously, when they take them away. We know Brian Thomas Jr. is going to have a huge season. Mm-hmm. And it, like, rang on my ears, but I was like, oh, no, who says that? Like, who says, like, we know he's going to have a huge season? Around here, the last guy I can remember, like, when you said, hey, we know he's going to be good, know he's going to have a big season, we know he's going to deliver on Sundays, I feel like I go on offense all the way back to, like, Maurice Jones-Drew. Like, I don't remember that kind of comment where you can have that confirmation, like, we know he's going to be really good. And people genuinely feel that way, not just Trevor. People in the building, people outside the building, people across the National Football League, I think really feel confident in that, so much so that one of you guys are going to draft him in your fantasy league.
No, without a doubt. You know, and obviously the biggest question there that's been around fantasy circles is, well, how much does Travis Hunter take away?
Yeah.
And you know, we'll see. But, you know, like, I put him in the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson category.
That's lofty. That's lofty. Well, that's quick for you.
No, I'm not saying right now. I'm saying after their first year. So, like, Justin Jefferson's first year has 1,400 yards receiving, 13 touchdowns, right? Goes into his second year and only plays 12 games because he had the injury, but was well on his way to eclipsing that number. He finished the season 12 games. What was it? 12 games, 1,000 yards. We'll call it 9 touchdowns, right? And then you look at Justin Jefferson, his first year, which was like, you know, record breaking, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. His second year, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns. So like you saw the rookie year, it's like, man, this guy's capable. And then you see their second year, and it's like, yeah, he is who we thought he is, right? And that's how I feel with Brian Thomas Jr., where, yeah, you didn't get the complete sample size because the first couple games, it was quiet, right? They didn't really give you the ball like you wanted. Mac Jones comes in, and they force-feed you the ball, and you see what you're capable of. Same ways with Justin Jefferson, same way with Jamar Chase, where it's like, well, is he really going to fall off? I think he's too talented to fall off. Yeah. And I think Liam Cohen understands what he has at Brian Thomas Jr., so, like, if I'm a fantasy football player or, you know, a GM or whatever you want to call it, or an owner, and I'm looking at, okay, you got Travis Hunter there. I mean, Brenton Strange, you're going to run the football? Nah, man. Like, Brian Thomas Jr. is still going to get his as long as he's healthy, knock on wood.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing to say. The last time I think, and this will be something to look up, that we've had a guy that has, like, delivered back-to-back receiving years. I mean, like, big receiving years. I do think you got to go all the way back to Jimmy. Like, I don't think Justin Blackmon had back-to-back, like, crazy numbers. I don't think Allen Robinson followed up 1,414 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, with a crazy, like, even 1,000-yard year. I don't think. I got to double-check that. I mean, Kirk was on his way to having back-to-back career years. But even that, it wasn't 1,200 yards or anything like that. I think you really have to go back to Jimmy to find consistency for delivering those kind of seasons.
The year after Allen Robinson's big one, he had 883 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Not bad, but that's not what we're talking about, right? Like, you got to get to 1,000 at least, and we're talking maybe can you get back to 1,200 and still deliver 10 touchdowns? A lot. Can you deliver 7 or 8 touchdowns? Would be acceptable with the 1,200 yards.
Blackmon was on his way to a stellar second season, but then he only played 4 games because he had 415 yards in 4 games, only 1 touchdown. But then obviously he got suspended for the league's violation of this substance abuse policy.
So we have guys that have like had a really nice year, just haven't backed it up. And heck, Mercedes Lewis had a heck of a year receiving in 2010. I think that was his Pro Bowl year. But not before, not after, like that. Like, not to those numbers. Again, doesn't say these guys are bad players who didn't deliver to some degree. I'm talking about, like, deliver the way Austin's talking to get him into that echelon. We got a little sound with Marcel Robinson, caught up with Brian Thomas Jr. Here's a little bit of that conversation from this week.
First time officially, obviously, back on the grass. Training camp getting going. Just tell me, how did it feel to kind of get out here in a more organized way to get out here with the guys?
It felt great just to be able to be back out here, be back at training camp. Be back with the whole team. I mean, we worked out with a couple of them, but just being able to be back with the whole team and compete against each other, it feels great just to be able to be back.
You guys always preach competition, but like you said, you guys have been working out. You and some of the other offensive guys have been working out. But is that a shift because you have the whole team here? Does it kind of ramp that competition up a little bit?
Yeah, it definitely does. Just being able to go out there and actually have somebody lined up in front of you and being able to run your plays like against somebody, I feel like it definitely adds to the competition level. And then the defense is going to compete at the highest level. They're going to come out here and compete. So this is going to do nothing but push us to be better and push us to give it our all.
What was the message as you guys met up yesterday with Coach Cohen? We talked to him a little bit, and he was just saying, like, it's about, kind of, going through the grinds of training camp, the grueling training camp, and still kind of facing that adversity. Is that pretty much the overall message that he preached to you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's training camp. There's going to be adversity, and you just got to push through it. Come out here and just put your best foot forward each and every day. Push through adversity, and just be better. Just come out here to get better, and that'll help us out during the season.
One thing I loved watching today was that, there was no shortage of competition amongst all you guys. You particularly, the fierce competitor. Saw you kind of obviously, going through kind of the ups and downs of practice and everything like that. But, for yourself, where do you feel like you are? Obviously, this is day one. You don't want to get too ahead of yourself, but where do you feel you are?
I feel like I can be a lot better than I was today. I feel like we did good as a team. I feel like I did good, but I just know I could be a lot better. But I just want to come out each and every day and just be better. Just push to be the best that I can be, whether it's conditioning-wise, catching the ball, just doing all the little things, and just being a better leader, being able to come out here and push my teammates and push everybody just to be the best that they can be.
Sticking with that leadership that you just talked about, you've always kind of been, or seemingly from our perspective, kind of a lead by example. You've kind of got that moniker of being a quiet guy, but you get kind of fired up a little bit. Is that sort of like, are you shifting your leadership style, trying to be more vocal? Is that what you're saying?
Really, I mean, I'm just out there being myself. I wouldn't say that I'm trying to shift it, my leadership style. I'm really still out there leading by example and just giving tips where I can. Just being a little bit more vocal, just giving tips where I can, helping out the younger guys because the players before me did it. They helped me out a lot last year, so I just want to do my best to help them out, help the younger guys out the best that I can. So, yeah.
Speaking of tips, there was a moment I noticed earlier that I think that's the first time I've seen on the practice field out here was you, Coach Cohen, and De'Ami Brown kind of going through, what looked like obviously video clips of, immediately what happened, sort of that kind of immediate evaluation, not getting into too much detail, but what was that conversation like, and is that something that you appreciate as a player?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Coach coming over, talking about the look that we had, the certain looks that we had, and how he sees things, and we talking through it, like how we see it. Just so that we can come out and maximize the play, come out and be the best that we can be, come out and be at the highest level. So that's not gonna do nothing but help us all out. And he's telling us that. And so for us, me and De'Ami, we gotta tell the younger guys how, like, try to correlate it to them, so they can come out there and do the same thing, and we all be on the same level.
You better be. Brian Thomas Jr., nice job, Marcel Robinson. I really like Marcel's question about that transition of leadership, like lead by example into do you become more of a vocal leader? Mm-hmm. And it's maybe not vocal. When we think vocal, that's loud. Vocal can be communication, like in conversation. I know the game. I know what to expect. I can hand it down to the young guys. I can pass along what worked for me. Travis Hunter, here, come for a ride a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I can help him transition to the NFL. But I also think that speaks loud about the staff and also Cohen that we know about him. We have raved, or we think they are very good at communication. Mm-hmm. And so that's a top-down thing that you're seeing right there on the practice field and saying, I want to get my guy. It can't just come from me. I got to get you guys, and you know this. I mean, every coach that I've ever talked to just wants the locker room to own it. And once you get to that stage where you think the locker room's got it, and they don't have to listen to the coaches as much, that's when you're there.
Of course.
Now, hard to be there in like 3 months with a new regime. Mm-hmm. But the closer and faster you can get there, the better. And BTJ's got a lot of respect now, I think, in that locker room based off what he did.
Without a doubt. I mean, how can you not, right? Because he was really like that shining beacon that you saw last year because there wasn't a lot to like, right? But like that's the one thing that carried you over as a Jaguars fan to the offseason was like, well, at least we got BTJ. Yeah. Like we know he's going to be something special, we hope. So like you had that carry over, and now we got, new head coach, new wide receiver weapons, everything. Like, yeah, he was the guy that carried us over with hope.
I haven't put it all together yet, but I do want to get to the point where we play this what if game. And I think like you could phrase this in a what if way. You say that about Brian Thomas Jr. We saw about Brian Thomas Jr. It was only 8 games with Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. So I think, like, what does that look like? What if Trevor Lawrence even raises the game of Brian Thomas Jr. even more, right? I mean, that's a nice sunshine and rainbows way to look at it. Here on a Thursday morning and day 2 of camp. Let's take a time out. We'll be back on the show. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Hey, inside 2 months into our Action Sports Jax Dream 18 golf tournament, it'll be September 22nd at the Golf Club at Southampton. Getting excellent reports about the golf course. They've done a lot of work on it. They're actually going to reconstruct and do more work next year, but it's looking really good right now, so it'll be great for our tournament. Hopefully you can be a part of the tournament. I think year number 11, presented by Cadillac and Access Golf. Action Sports Jax, Dream18.com. Of course, we've raised over $250,000 now for local charities, including St. Michael Soldiers and North Florida Junior Golf Foundation. So be a part of it in any way possible. And coming up today, Storytellers of the 904. It's our final episode that we're dropping at the time. I think it's not our final one ever. We're going to continue doing this. But we have 9 out of 9 right here today at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock. It's Vito Stellino, our guest on Storytellers of the 904. Hall of Famer, by the way. Back in 1989, he was still working in like 2018. He was a Hall of Famer, still working for like 30 years. Covered the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, and then later on to the Jacksonville Jaguars, 6 Super Bowl champions. He's now 84 years old. We spent some time with Vito, and you can watch it today on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Get out the ice, get out the Tiger Balm, Brent.
Oh, look at that throw. I don't think the form's too good, but I tell you, I'm a little disappointed, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they show where the ball landed?
Yeah, where did it land? And what is this for the shrimp?
No, this was for the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League last night.
Championship
game.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Listen, it wasn't a heater. It was right down the middle, Hamby. Like, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, this is literally a horrible view.
Right down the middle. And there's another view of it, but they don't get it crossing the plate. So I'm a little mad at them because now I got to make sure people believe me that it was right down the middle. It was so down the middle that I think like Austin could have hit it out of there.
A bit outside.
Yeah,
I think.
It was like a beautiful pitch to hit.
I mean, unless you're pitching a Shaq, I feel like that's a little high.
I felt like Travis Chapman.
No, gravity's getting a hold of that thing, buddy.
Throwing BP to Aaron
Hamby,
Judge.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know where the ball's landing, you know?
It was literally like a strike, no doubter. Like a blind ump could have called it.
Mm-hmm.
Brent, that looked like it hurt.
It doesn't hurt. What
Like
do you want me to do?
Well, hold on.
Where?
Like right here, like.
What do you want me to go full wind up?
I don't know. That's
how I throw BP now to the kids, right?
It just looked like it hurt.
Didn't.
It looked like it
Felt
was
pretty
forced.
good. I hadn't thrown in a bit because Ty's been gone for the summer. I usually throw here or there.
You're
I haven't thrown since May.
By the ear than I guessed. Would have guessed.
Oh, you think I'd be a little outside more?
Yes.
I was an outfielder, man. I got to go over the top. I throw decent BP. Like decent. Like, it's okay. After a while, a couple of buckets, it gets a little worse.
It gets sore, man.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily get sore.
Yeah.
My arm never gets sore. My back will sometimes get
I got you.
Like the shoulder blade or something like a day later. Like, what the hell is going on here? It's like, oh, that's because I threw yesterday. Anyway, thanks for having me out.
Yeah. Shout out to the Seattle Mariners yesterday for throwing some BP to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Did they win again?
17 hits, Brent. Come on. Come on.
That's 12 in a row?
No. They
they lost.
No, yeah.
Well, it's tough to go out west and keep sweeping people, man.
Yeah. Well, but they also pulled Mazowski out and like with 60 pitches, which makes you think that Vegas get a hold of somebody. But that was my story yesterday. Don't worry about it. We're good.
60 pitches. Is that a problem?
No, because he's young and they're trying to just save him for like.
He's been doing that?
No, he's been pitching 80, but for some reason they just took him out after 60. So
I don't like the sound of that.
No, it's good. Like Pat Murphy even explained, like we got the Cubs coming up, we want him fresh, and he's still learning. Yeah. So yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not worried about it. But I'm just saying, did Vegas maybe talk to somebody a little bit? Maybe.
They definitely have a plan.
Mm-hmm. He had 0 run innings and just pull him out. But okay.
Hey, Hamby, like your level of disappointment about the Braves is like what?
Should be a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah, it's good.
10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost disappointed in the Braves. Like they get off to that bad start, they come back, and I'm like, okay, they'll find themselves.
We got to 500.
Had a bad start. And they're right, I don't know if they were right in. I think they end up getting like 6 games out or something like that. Mets got off to that nice start. Mm-hmm. And the Phillies, you knew were going to be pretty good. It's so disappointing. The Braves just never went anywhere. In fact, they've hit reverse. Like, I just didn't expect them to hit reverse. And like a guy like Acuna's played well, right?
I mean, he started off really hot. He's been, average.
Okay. Just throwing guys out from 300 feet. That's his highlight.
Holy cow, man. It's like every night he throws somebody out. And
he does have a cannon, man.
It's insane how accurate it is, too.
And it's so effortless.
He does it. The guy he threw out at third base last week.
Yeah, the Yankees guy that wasn't running.
He's on the almost the foul line and doesn't crow hop. He just catches it with his back to his field, spins around. And
did you see like the stat cast on that? It was like 301 feet. I think he threw it.
Unbelievable.
301 feet. And like to your point, if you go back and watch, it looked like he was like lobbing it into the second baseman.
Yeah. Damn, man.
It's a chooch.
Yep. Go ahead and sell him, get some more prospects.
I do wonder where the Braves are going.
Mm-hmm.
Marcel's gone. Raisel Iglesias is gone. That might be the only two. We'll see. Maybe Sean Murphy, but I would hope they.
You see, the Reds might be buyers on Suarez. That's crazy. The Reds. He played for the Reds.
I'm just penciling him in pinstripes.
I saw something. I think I saw something last night that there's some talks about the Reds buying. That seems so unusual.
Yeah, they never buy.
Yeah.
Come on, Brent. We're talking about the Reds.
Have you watched any of the Yankees?
Well, I mean, come on. Like, it's the Reds. We're not worried about them. Like, as far as I'm concerned, what are they?
Have you watched any of the Yankees game? Like
8.5 games back, we're good.
My bad, Austin.
No, you're good, man. I'm just trying to prepare the fact of you can't be 8.5 games back in the division and expect to get any airtime in the Brent and Austin show. Sorry,
I get it.
Unless you're the Braves. Because personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
But have you seen the defensive woes from the Yankees yet again?
I think I heard. Did they have 3 errors yesterday?
In the last week they've had at least. This is not statistical. It seems like they've had at least 2 errors every night.
They just don't play the game the right way, and a lot of big leaguers don't.
And here's the weird thing, Brent, is because they acknowledge that. Remember last year, the big story was the Dodgers. Their team philosophy going up against them, and any team in the playoffs is we're going to run all over the Yankees because they can't throw anybody out.
Yeah,
right.
That was the book on them,
right? Because it was, Soto's not throwing anybody out in right. They couldn't throw anybody out behind the plate. Rizzo's defense was getting a little bit worse. It wasn't what it was with the Cubs. So they acknowledged that in the offseason. Boone, of any manager in baseball, talks the most because he talks to John Boy every week.
Does he do a segment with him?
Yes, he does.
I didn't know that.
Weekly segment with John Boy. Because John Boy and all those guys are Yankees fans.
You should have come up with the John Boy idea. You would have been great at it.
I don't know what John Boy is.
Never seen John Boy?
Oh,
what is John
he is
Boy?
my favorite of anybody that puts out anything about sports. He is my favorite.
So it's the dude.
Who is John Boy?
So he sits there. He'll if you look up John, Jomboy.
John or John?
John.
His name's Jimmy.
Yeah. So JOM. Boy.
Okay.
Media, I think it is.
Yeah,
I think is the thing.
If anybody gets thrown out, Austin, he goes back, edits it up in a billion different ways, and does the lip readings for it.
Like the video. Have you guys shown the video yet? Of I know it's not baseball related, but like the Browns unveiling.
Yeah. No, we haven't shown it.
You haven't shown it yet, but so like something like that. Even I feel like if it was baseball related, he would probably break it down.
Mm-hmm.
But he does. It's like a guy in what looks like a guy in his basement. I don't know the backstory of him, but it's like a guy in his basement breaking down videos, and it's funny. Like it's funny stuff, and
because he gets access and camera angles that seemingly nobody else knows how to get.
Yeah, I don't know the whole back. I'm sure there's a story out on him. I've just never read it.
Okay,
but it's fun. Like you'd be pretty good at it.
Okay,
like you could do it. I don't. Does anybody do it like that in football?
Well, he did a couple in the college football playoff that were really interesting.
Oh, he did. He crossed over into
I'll
other
say
sports.
this. I don't have notifications on for anybody but John Boy.
Really?
When he puts out a video, I'm like, I want to watch right now.
See, that's a generation thing. Like
for sure.
Like that. That's interesting to me. And
I don't have
not criticizing. I'm just saying. Like I know I think Ty is probably in a similar thing. Like I know he shares some of them and like laughs at him and stuff. I don't know if he's not on social media a ton, but But I'm not like locked in. I see them sometimes. It's funny, but I don't, they're like 4 minutes long.
Some of them are 10.
And some of them are even longer, so I'm not like sitting there listening to them. But I have seen some enough to be like, yeah, it's kind of funny.
Like even last week when Jazz was mouthing off to Eddie Perez about the sign stealing thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I can't wait to watch this boys video of this.
It's pretty funny commentary.
But back to the Yankees. So they replace Soto, right? Or not replace. They lose Soto. They replace Rizzo with Goldschmidt. They're like, all right, we'll give, they even last week or last month, they cut DJ LeMahieu, who was playing a terrible second base.
Yeah.
They're going to put Jazz over there, but then they don't. And nothing changes. They are still the worst. And Volpe now is doing his best Derek Jeter impersonation by committing more errors than any other shortstop in Major League Baseball and not being known for it. He is the worst statistical defensive shortstop in baseball. And it's literally all of this. It's just because it's baffling to watch a Major League team play defense like this.
Yeah.
Like Jason Dominguez out in left field, any ball hit to him is a double. Any ball that's not right at him, that's not 110 mile an hour, 110 mile an hour off the bat is a double. Yeah. And it's just like, holy cow, how is a Major League team, especially a good one, cannot fit? This is an organizational issue now.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been this long. They've had problems like this for a long time, just playing the game, whether it's situational baseball on offense or this, or running the bases sometimes has been really goofy. Like, under the spotlight they are in, I'm surprised they play the game the way they play.
Fair, yeah.
But people give up, you give up a lot of that these days for the power numbers or whatever else, right? You definitely do, and teams do that, not just the Yankees. But you still have to be able to play the game. Like the Brewers.
Like the Brewers, man. Welcome, bring it back to me. So seeing how this is supposed to be my segment, and I'm supposed to bring the show back in.
I don't know why you started with me pitching.
Well, hey, yeah.
That was me.
Once again, we're not reading emails, and it's all good. I got about 15 minutes left, so can I finish what I want to do for the last 15 minutes?
You sure can.
Whatever you want.
All right, cool. So, Hamby, you have a video, yeah?
This is my segment.
Yeah, Hamby, don't play it just yet, because I'm going to set it up. You know the video I'm talking about? The celebration.
Yes.
Okay, so Brent, there's a wide receiver in the NFL where I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like he might be the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL going into the season. And it's wild because I'm guilty of this too. Like, I never think of this guy. I honestly, I don't. But if you look at the numbers, started 11 games last season, played in 15, but, injuries and everything. So started 11 games last season, had 58 receptions, 1,001 yards receiving, and 7 touchdowns. And he also had a rushing touchdown as well. Can't take a guess who this guy is. And by the way, this video I'm about to share, it's showing that in terms of celebrations, this guy might be a little viral as well. Might be a mainstay with the youth out there. And once again, I never thought about him.
$58, 1,001, 7 touchdowns.
Plays on a very solid team too.
Not the best receiver on his team.
Not the best receiver on his team, and the celebration you're about to see came from. I'll set that up in a second.
It's somewhat like we haven't seen this. So it's not like Waddle where we've seen this celebration.
No, I mean you should. The celebration came on a very big stage.
Okay.
One would say the playoffs.
I want to say that I think he had better numbers than this, but I was thinking Devontae Smith.
I mean, it's a good guess. I'll be honest. I consider him in that Devontae Smith mold.
Okay. How about you said playoffs? I don't think they made. Did they make? Yeah, they did make the playoffs. Jordan Addison.
Devontae Smith won a Super Bowl, Brent.
No, I was thinking of Jordan Addison.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I was moved on.
I got you. No, not Jordan Addison, but once again, a pretty damn good guess.
58. Yeah, because I think both those guys had more than that. Now I got to think about the damn playoffs. Green Bay doesn't have receivers.
No.
Okay. Had a nice year last year. Took a while to come to life. Jameson Williams.
Nailed it. Jameson Williams.
I'm not usually good at these games.
All right.
I talked my way through that.
So to set this up, if you remember what Jameson Williams, you may not, he had a very unique celebration in the playoffs against the Washington Commanders. And we just had a Pop Warner game here. I'm not sure where the game took place, but Jameson Williams retweeted this because this young player chose to copy the Jameson Williams touchdown celebration. Hamby, you got it for us? Now, these might be 4 or 5-year-olds, it looks like.
Look at this dude.
Yep. I mean, hey, this dude's got speed and everything.
This is Jameson Williams' story. This is not him reposting. This is his story.
Well, I think, but he...
Look at that kid. The kid must be like 4.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him know with the Jameson Williams touchdown celebration that broke the internet. And the other kids are getting involved as well, Brent.
Not only
the coaches are...
Who's the coach? That's not Jameson Williams, right?
No. I don't think so. Hamby, this isn't his kid.
The coach is doing it with him.
Not his kid, but this is his story.
Oh, yeah. So I think this this obviously went viral, and it was the Jameson Williams celebration. I think Jameson Williams gave the kid some props.
That kid looks like he's going to be a star.
I mean, what are we doing?
Look at the guy doing it with him.
We can say him. Hamby. It's okay.
What a disaster.
Relax.
Oh, come on, Hamby. It's not your
celebration. All right, well, I'm not going to ask Hamby. Brent, is that too much or not? I mean, because if you remember right, so this was when they were down, I think, by 10, too, because Washington kind of had their way with Detroit in the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. This was on that end around. It was like a 40 or 50-yard run from Jameson Williams. It was like an end-around run, and it kind of got Detroit back in the game a little bit because Jared Goff was throwing interceptions and everything. They hand the ball off. Williamson does this down by 10 in the end zone. It's like, okay, I see you, man. A little unhinged. I like it.
It was to make it 24-20.
Oh, okay.
But,
so they were
but they were down by...
They were down by 10 when they scored.
Yeah.
10, okay.
We don't know where exactly the celebration came from. Like, is there an origin of it other than the obvious?
No. I mean, well, there is an obvious.
One thing if Tyreek Hill did that with how many kids he's got.
No, there is no. As far as I'm concerned, there's probably no origin. If you go on like World Star, there's probably club videos of people doing this, but that's about it. Oh yeah, but that's about it. Like.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of funny, the kid doing it.
Of course.
Because the kid has no idea.
Exactly.
Right? Like, so I think it's kind of funny. I do think it's funny.
And obviously it's very polarizing because there's
people killing him?
Oh, yeah. People are holding saying the coaches.
Williams or the coach?
Oh, no.
I do think the coach jumping in the celebration is a little... I mean,
he's
it's
excited,
a little
man.
It's a little. I could see that one being like, "All right, dude."
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then and the random kids from when I appear looks like the crowd because there's I don't know if it's a kid's brother, but there's another kid in street clothes going on and doing it.
All right, one more time.
You got to play it. Hamby.
By the way, I could watch. I think I would invest in a league of 4 and 5-year-olds playing because
this is the best.
This is awesome to watch.
But bobblehead dolls running around, man. Top heavy for sure.
Good. And this kid looks the part.
This kid is just a speedster. I mean, let him know. Let him know. Then watch the kid in the corner. Coach is into it. And then here comes, I don't know if it's a brother or a cousin, whatever. Yeah, we're getting it too.
I didn't see the kid initially.
Too.
The kid in the red.
Yeah. Jameson Williams is menace.
They're doing that in the neighborhood.
Where's the penalty flag?
Not the hand. Let him Hamby.
Oh, come on.
Hamby.
Dude, it's not your kid.
When you're that much of a burner, like a la Jameson Williams,
this is about...
You're entitled. This
is about protecting the shield.
Oh, here we go.
The NFL...
Not fun league. Here we go, Hamby.
If the NFL is going to throw the penalty flag in professional ranks, they're going to...
Hamby's trying to get booed during the draft.
I thought you couldn't thrust in the NFL. Isn't it like a free thrust limit?
No, there's the whole Key and Peele thing where he did like the... You know what I'm saying?
Amazing video.
Because Aaron Rodgers did that one. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I thought you couldn't do it.
You don't think they threw a penalty flag in that game?
Oh, I think when Jameson Williams did, I'm pretty sure he got a penalty.
Oh, did he?
I know he did.
Yeah.
I'm saying in this 5-year-old's game.
Nah. You're good, man.
He just walks away scot-free?
What do you mean scot-free? He walked away viral. He ain't scot-free. We're talking about
he's got NIL money now.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
All right. Ronan does that.
Okay.
And you're like, what's the conversation?
Here's what happens if Ronan does it, right? Because keep in mind, I'm a father, right? So he does it. I go, Ronan, seriously, is that what we're doing now? And then he comes to the sideline again. Hey, man, that's pretty awesome.
Dap up,
That's awesome. Hey, that's going viral.
So you're not at night at dinner table discouraging?
At dinner table, I'm laughing about it, man. Because, I mean, is it the most appropriate thing? Probably not, but it's harmless because Ronan doesn't know what that really means either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to model Jameson Williams, you saw him doing a playoff game, more power to you.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hamby, stop shutting fun down.
I was just thinking of this the other day, how impressionable I guess we all are to some degree, but kids really are. And people in general, like, Hamby, this is the one I was actually watching because I don't know which one it was. But, like, I think it was Schwarber, someone showing highlights of Schwarber or something. And when he rounds the bases, he does.
Yeah, Chipper does it. Austin Riley, everybody does it.
Chipper did it back in the day?
Chipper was the first one I remember. That's probably not true. But I remember he did it every time rounding first. Austin Riley does the same thing every homer he hits.
Okay, so I've had curiosity of like where that comes from because I've seen a lot of it in college baseball, like watching like Lodis and Max Williams, FSU, blah, 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 all these guys, and they do it. And it's usually like, I'm like, who are they doing that to? Because they look out to like the pen, I think.
Right.
I think that's where they're doing it to. I'm not sure. But I don't know where that came from and why that's the one they follow. Like Ty was playing some summer ball stuff, and I think the kids now just say, okay, what are we going to do? Sure. And even if they got a base hit, they were doing like the Red Sox thing.
Well,
like, so
Dodgers are doing one now too with Ohtani. Ohtani's got the wave.
The wave, yeah.
But now the whole team's like doing it.
And I think that
drove me a little crazy in that Brewer series. Not gonna lie.
I think that's kind of fun. But my point is, it really does trickle down. Like it trickles down from to the college game. Like the FSU guys were doing, and maybe others, by the way. And then obviously to this level too. It really is, and I think that more is social media than ever before. You see it on all these different platforms that you're like, okay, that's what we do. But the boys, I know in baseball, are really talking about it and discussing, okay, what are we going to do at the high school level? Or it's part of no different than like, what's the celebration? Yeah. Out here.
Brent, my travel ball kids have a players only meeting. That's the only one they'll have. They'll talk about video games and they'll talk about which emote they're going to do when they hit a double, which Fortnite dance.
And I don't mind it. I don't mind the dance. Like I think it's cool. Actually, the Red Sox actually did kind of start making that Fortnite stuff a big deal. Right. So I love the creativity. Like I think it's cool. Yeah. And I really don't mind the kid. Like
I get both sides. I do get it though, man. I get both sides of it. I just think like, hey, man, let them have fun. Explain like, hey, like keep it within reason.
It only happens here. Type of thing. Like I don't know, but I think it's better when the kid doesn't know what the heck it even means. Honestly,
true.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you guys. Like. First of all, I figure the criticism could come. How little are those kids playing tackle football?
Oh, I mean, they have like
they literally look like they're Texas. 5.
They have 5-year-old tackle football here.
Here
in Jacksonville, yeah. Ronan, because like a bunch of Ronan's friends played, and he wanted to play tackle football at 5. I go, dude, you got to learn. Like, and I get it. Like, yeah,
you get what?
Well, no, I get him wanting to play.
Oh,
his friends are playing.
I get why do they do it? We couldn't play t-ball when the kids were little. Yeah. At 4, I thought we could go play t-ball. They wouldn't let him in until he was 5.
No,
you can play tackle football at 5, and you can't play t-ball at 5.
Yeah. And I just told him, like, man, you have to learn how to play the game the right way first, and then you can play tackle football. Because that's what happened with me, So.
But I will say
it's crazy.
Like,
Brent,
it's one thing to watch
5-year-olds
8, 9, 10-year-olds play. Like, if you watch 8, 9, 10-year-olds play, it kind of looks, it's like whatever.
Sure.
Right? It's Pop Warner football. That's kind of the way you've seen it. I think I would watch that. Like, it's fun watching those little dudes.
I would much rather watch that than middle school football.
No doubt.
Middle school football is just like, holy
it's wild. The center of gravity is just so good at that age.
So I've been to a couple, like, 5-year-old Pop Warner games. And it's amazing because, like, half the kids, because, like, we had a kid from our gym, his little brother played, so
funny.
Go to support him. Yeah, I know, man. But, like, it's so funny because half the kids like could care less, like they're just out there, and then you have the one kid who's been watching like the NFL films highlights since he was like in the womb basically, and like takes it super seriously and is like a baller, like that kid we saw in the video. Like it's funny the contrast between either the kids are like all pros or the kids could care less. Like there is no in between.
We've had some Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network ideas.
Yeah,
beer league softball. Yeah. I'll vote for the 5-year-old Pop Warner.
We each get a team together, coach them up.
Because I can just see, I want the ISO cam on the kid in the secondary that's like trying to figure out the helmet. Yeah. Got it on backwards.
Mom's trying to give him a juice box, tell him to stay hydrated. I don't even know. How do you coach a 5-year-old football player?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, it's hard enough to parent a 5-year-old.
You obviously can't control it.
No. It's just like, I don't know, man. Go do whatever.
But you do see the one thing about that, like that age, is like you see a kid like that. He looked
yeah,
I don't know where that dude's from, but I bet we see him in high school and somewhere else. You can already tell.
Probably do the same celebration as well.
Let's take a break. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Getting ready for lunchtime and a good place to have some lunch. Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls. You can do it at Fernandina Beach, right over here in the St. John's Town Center down in Durban. 3 different locations now in Northeast Florida. If you want to check that out, check out the menu as well, masonslobster.com. We're going fishing. Speaking of some lobster, right after this, it's Let's Go Fishing time, and then back to training camp as the Jags are off the field now after day number 2. We'll tell you what happened. A little bit more if you missed any of it coming up at the top of the hour.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
It's fast-paced.
Hands off on first down, and there goes Edward Vander.
High fly.
Wide open receiver. It's caught.
Action-packed. Weekend fun. Fun for the entire family. It's the Jacksonville Sharks.
I feel like anybody could play in this league. It's gotta be like backyard football, right?
Whoa! This ain't the Arena League, Brent! This is the indoor league, and they play defense here.
It's a lot safer to just watch the professionals play. And watching is a lot of fun. A party in the stands at the arena for kids and adults. And it's indoors. Get out of the heat for the summer and watch the Sharks shine inside. Jacksonville Sharks football, season number 15. It's the drive for 5, and it's still alive. Get your tickets at jacksharks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
There you go, Austen.
Oh, yeah, this is amazing.
Let's go fishing.
I mean, it sums up the Browns, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's
I mean, of any team, it was the head of the Browns.
Here's the POV.
Have you seen the other video? Oh, you're going to see it. You got it right here.
Oh, man.
Well, there are a couple classic things here. For me.
Yeah.
3, one of it is like, it's the Browns, like you said.
Yeah.
Dude Wipes is sponsoring it. Guy's going to need some.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
And then the last part for me is I can totally see me doing this.
Really?
Yes. You're just locked into getting the shot.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised I haven't walked into stuff already, right? But not off of...
So now, is that camera ruined?
Well, because I the way they had it, I was actually surprised how long he was using a phone there, right?
I thought it was a camera.
Oh, was it a camera or a phone? Can you tell that, Hamby?
Let's watch it one more time.
I thought it was a phone, but maybe you just can't see it.
Looks like a phone.
I really think it's a phone. And then that other angle showed, like, it actually captures it for a bit right here. It looked like underwater.
Yeah.
And now they say they're waterproof, but however long he was in, I'm not sure. But if it was a camera, Austin, I think it's done.
Okay.
If it's a phone, I think it might have a chance these days.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't know how much. I don't know how much water they can actually take.
Yeah.
You know, you can have your phone out in the rain. I think you can maybe drop it in like a sink for a minute. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can go swimming with it.
Also, did you see the Browns unveiling of their new? Like, it's got to be hard to be the Browns because you don't really have a lot to work with.
Yeah. What do you do? Put a stripe in
Dark
there?
brown. All right, here we go.
Have a Dookie Brown helmet.
Yeah, Dookie Brown helmet. There we go. Dark brown it is, everybody.
That guy literally went fishing. Let's go fishing. Presented by New Buick GMC Armor Guard Exteriors. Paul Dozier joins us. It's football season. Forget about fishing.
Yeah.
I put the boat away.
Yeah. How about I saw Justin Fields might have had a little injury this morning.
Yeah, I've started with that today. Yeah.
Sad, man.
Toe. It looks like it's not.
Oh, really? I thought I read Achilles. Now back to toe.
Well, the latest from Aaron Glenn was toe.
Okay.
So, but don't know the severity of it.
Paul, I actually might have seen from Adam Shelfer.
Ooh.
No, I didn't. I just assumed I did not
Carted
see.
off.
I just figure, lower leg, non-contact injury. I don't know. I hope not.
I mean, if you're getting carted off, you'd think it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
I'm
not trying to question Justin Fields' toughness, but dude, if you're out there and 2 days later with like a little
and you got a
sprained toe,
hangnail?
not a good look.
The evaluation of this has really turned. It's like Cart's out,
NBA.
might be out for the season. Now, like, dude ain't even tough.
This isn't Paul Pierce, after he was paralyzed after the playoff game, getting the wheelchair, then he comes back out. No, come on. This is NFL. These are tough guys.
Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby, Paul Dozier. What do you have going on in the fishing world? You mentioned, obviously, we went through the old school Kingfish shootout, June. We just had the Greater Jacksonville last week. Yeah. They'll still actually have, I think, the Junior Angler coming up on the 9th of August because of the weather. And then you mentioned there's a junior event this week, right?
Yeah. The captain's meeting's tonight, the Kids Kingfish Derby, which is the fantastically run kids tournament, kids only. Nice. And they have great prizes, a lot of good sponsors that help them, and we're participating in that on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Bradley and my friend Mike and his 2 kids will be out there going after it. And then next week is kind of the end of the kingfish season, but it's a great tournament. North Florida King of the Beach. Mason's Voice puts it on, which is a great charity. Like I said, they got amazing prizes. First place, it's a 33-foot front runner boat valued at $360,000.
Oh, that was the
second
one. Yeah.
place is a F-250. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town for that one, but I believe my boat's going to participate in it. But it's another giant, very well attended tournament. Obviously, the Greater Jacks last week had a good tournament. 48-pounder won it. 45 was second. Ag was 70 some odd pounds, 37-pound average, which was a good fishing for them as well. And then they had their beach tournament, and the guys, Colby Crabtree was on the boat. I don't remember the captain's name, but it's a bunch of kids fishing, caught a 42-pounder, won them about $50,000. Wow. So young kids, like these. When I say young kids, I mean they're not 16, but they're probably not 30 either. They're probably in their college years type. So
a young
thing.
group.
Yeah,
Nice. That's nice.
Dad taught them everything they know, and then Dad told me, Dad's a good friend of mine, and Dad told me that they don't want to go with Dad anymore because they want to win their own money.
Yeah, there comes a time, right?
And damn if they didn't go do it. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All. Was it a good kingfish season overall, do you think?
It's been a very weird year. We've had some cold water, and it's still there. I was actually looking at a temperature chart, I'm a little bit competitive by nature, and I'm trying to think about the best place to go catch a fish for these kids on Saturday. And there's a strip of cold water from Fort Pierce all the way to Jacksonville within the beach. And when I say cold, it usually should be about 85 degrees this time of year, and it's probably about 75, 76 degrees. But that's and it's not unusual for it to happen for a couple weeks, but it literally started the day before the old school, which is June the 13th, and it's still going on. So, but the fish have gotten used to it, and the bait's still here. It's been a great year for bait. Last year there was no bait, but the fish were here. Now there's still fish, but the fishermen think more about the cold water than the fish do. I think.
Interesting.
They got to live.
I find that fascinating that you say that the bait wasn't there last year, but this year, and that too can kind of just some of those factors factor in.
A huge factor. This bait. Is so crazy. It's so fickle. Yesterday I went down. I had a guy working on my boat, and I went down. I was a little early. I had to meet him at 8 o'clock yesterday morning. I drove down to the Reef restaurant at South Ponte Vedra, and I just walked out on the dunes. And as far north and south as I could see pogies flipping.
Wow.
Today, no pogies. They're gone. No, well, they're not gone, but they're at a different location. So, I mean, I'm talking about miles of them, acres of them. And now today, they're south of the St. Augustine Inlet. So what makes them move? You just don't know. What happens today in fishing a lot, no matter what kind of fishing, what happens today doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got to go. You got to be the news maker, not the news reader.
I like that.
Paul, what I'm curious about, because you mentioned, you got these kids now winning these tournaments and everything. I mean, obviously, maybe parents are getting them up there early, but also, do you think there's something to be said for social media now, YouTube
Absolutely.
channel? I mean, you have all the information you could ever need.
Yeah.
Right? I remember when I was a kid, you had to turn on, a certain channel at a certain time to watch it. We called it Joe Booker. Joe Booker's Fishing Outdoors in Wisconsin. That he had, all the fishing tips, right, for 30 minutes. You just go on YouTube now, man, figure out which reels, what stuff to buy, and you're good to go. So, yeah.
When I was a kid, you kind of learned on your own. It wasn't. There was nothing. You kind of had to go out, and you started out catching a whiting in the surf, and then you might go catch a redfish in the creek, and then you got brave and you went and caught a Spanish mackerel off the beach in April, and then, my goodness, if we got really brave, we go catch a kingfish and do that. These days, like you said, we were at a tackle show last week in Orlando at ICAST, and that's where it's the biggest tackle show. So there's so many people that I'm not going to say think they're celebrities that walk around in these YouTubers. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
These guys I've never heard of them. I don't look at YouTube, but all the kids are fascinated with these guys, and they're taking pictures with them. And I'm like, what are we doing here? They got these bowling shirts on, and it's just not. I mean, I don't know. It's just. But like you said, you want to learn how to rig a ballyhoo. You just type it up, Google, whatever. They'll show you.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that a lot. I don't think we see that in the mainstream sports we're talking football and baseball. I mean, we probably see it. I don't know if we feel it as much as we do. Like we bring up sometimes on the show the golf. I mean, the YouTube golf influencer, what the kids are watching is unbelievable, and actually propelling golf to the next generation. Like, really is. Like, I don't know where that falls in the landscape of fishing, but I think you have your old guard that did it however the way they do it and isn't on YouTube and everywhere else. And sure, you probably hand some of those things down as dads and grandparents and moms and whatever. But this new generation of maybe fishermen, fisherwomen are kind of educating themselves and seriously influenced by that guy in the bowling shirt.
Yeah, well, you got at ICAST, you have Bill Dance and Jimmy Houston and Roland Martin, all these people we've all heard of, right? The famous bass. Kevin Van Dam's won the Bassmaster, and those guys are there too. But let's face it, these guys are getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah,
and they're still popular. People still getting their pictures taken with them. Nobody asked me for my picture, by the way, but these guys and these younger guys.
Strike Zone Fishing Beach Boulevard, 3:00 today.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. These guys, a couple of these guys had a backpack on with a monitor on the back of the backpack showing their YouTube videos as they're walking around the show. Like their content is on the back of their shows, not them walking around, but their shows
just to showcase what they do.
There's a screen in the back of the backpack.
Yeah.
I've never seen
I might start doing it. I actually have seen it.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it.
Okay.
There you go.
Expensive, Brent. Let's go. Brent Austin Show. Get it on there.
I've thought about it.
Because I think training camp, you can do it. Training camp, yeah.
I think you have to educate.
Yeah.
A lot of this is some education to the older guard. And when I say older, I'm not talking like 70-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm talking my age even.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a smart move on their part to those vendors.
Well, if you go see somebody and they're interested in your like, hey, I sell cast net, or you sell cast nets, I have a YouTube channel. They're like, well, that sounds cool. I'll take a look at it. Well, actually, I'll just turn around. You can take a look at it right now. You know,
that would be a big step up, Brent, from your normal idea of just putting something on the show on your Nimnik truck. That's what you've been claiming that you're going to do for years now.
Yeah, I actually, who was I driving with? Oh yeah, we were driving home from New York. And I was like, okay, here's my next. You guys ever see? You see them a lot on around maybe it's a Super Bowl or other events where you got the pickup truck. Mm-hmm. It's got like the big message board in the back. It's a very skinny message board. Okay. But it will be like, if you're in like New Orleans for the Gator Bowl or something, there'll be some advertisement for a restaurant or maybe it's on a parade thing. I don't know, but it's around big events usually, and it's. I mean, it's basically it's almost like a jumbotron.
We used to hire one
for lack of a better way to say it. And I was like, I think that's if I can hit it big, I'm going to have that going up and down 95 with the Brent and Austin Show, just playing. I was like, this would be a great idea.
Sounds like a liability. Sounds like the cops might get involved.
But the reason why I think where this ended up going was like, obviously a show like ours can't do that. I don't have the dollars to do that. But like, if you were Barstool or somebody and you wanted to do that, you could actually do it. Like, or some of those big shows like that or McAfee. Mm-hmm. You could actually have fun for a day, buy that thing or rent it out,
not bad.
and just to say you did it.
Yeah,
is my point.
For sure. Yeah, I got you.
I watched McAfee for an hour or so Monday or Tuesday. It's an interesting show. You know, I mean, it's no filter.
No filter.
A lot of beeping.
Austin wants us to swear more on the show.
I do.
Well, I mean,
why not, man? Like we're sitting in a bar,
it's natural, right? That's what I think. That's what the podcast deal is. I mean, you can just be you. Don't sugarcoat it.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I'm not sure what your bosses would think of that.
Brent's got to be careful because like he's got other roles that he has to fill. You know, for me, it's like, all right, I'm an MMA fighter and I do this. So it's like,
if you think the MMA fighters don't cuss all the time, you're crazy.
Oh, what are we talking about? Yeah.
It's funny is I've been around Austin a lot. I don't hear him swear a lot.
No,
that's because you don't.
But we're not in that setting. Yeah, usually. Like,
how many times we going to get a beer, Brent?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
but in commercial break, I'll swear a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I'm afraid that the mic's still on. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
That's a liability.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to think that way, too.
Yeah.
I've only heard you swear at Hamby 4 or 5 times.
Under his breath, that's about it.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I do want to interrupt with a little breaking news. Reports say the Hulkster has passed away
Oh,
at
no.
age 71.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Oh.
He has passed away.
And I saw this morning that Ric Flair is cancer-free.
Really? Because he wasn't doing too well.
Yeah, well, that was a report
wow.
this morning. But
That's
Hulk was a big star now.
Yeah. That's wild. I mean,
but was he? You guys are the ones that we had this conversation a little bit. You got the beer, and things got like really wrestling fans right now we're down on Hulk Hogan. If I have this right,
correct. And it was funny, man, because one of his old friends put out like a rumor. This was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, saying like he was in bad health, and then like I guess his people came out and said like that wasn't true. Like he was doing just fine, and now this happens.
He was just in Jacksonville like 3 weeks ago.
He was.
Maybe a month ago.
No, because he was promoting his beer. I had a bunch of friends that went there and get it. Yeah.
But
dang,
so you had not, so the wrestling world didn't think he was in bad health? Didn't know if he was in bad health?
His people, I guess, came out and said that he was doing just fine. But supposedly one of his friends or whatever came out and said he wasn't doing well. So take that for how you want. But yeah, you know, when you think about Hulk Hogan, obviously on the Mount Rushmore of greatest wrestlers ever. But in wrestling fans' eyes, in the circles, you know, didn't probably close his career like he wanted to as a wrestling guy, right? Because there was some controversial stuff about some things that he said that got leaked, and then just a bunch of reports, things like that, where wrestling fans, like towards the end when Hulk Hogan would make appearances, were actually booing him more than celebrating.
Yeah, that's
him.
wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you watch? You don't watch wrestling?
No.
He said some language that, you know, some would call it racial undertones that got caught on video, and fans didn't like that. So
yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, that's how much will that mar? I guess like his actual because that's to me is that a. Well, my interpretation is that might be a younger audience that might feel that way.
Correct, but then
there's this whole other audience that grew up with Hulk Hogan as like.
So there's the younger audience, but then you also have the audience because then if you followed Hulk Hogan's career towards the end here, he got very political.
Yeah,
right. Was a diehard Trump supporter, and a lot of wrestling fans I feel like fall more like on the liberal side.
Yeah.
So they had an issue with that too as well. So you start mixing politics. We know how that goes all the time, Brent, right? So it's just there was a lot of things that a lot of wrestling fans just didn't like about Hulk Hogan towards the end.
Yeah. But I mean, but you just said it. That doesn't impact the Mount Rushmore part.
No, like you can despise somebody for their political beliefs or for a checkered past, whatever. They said some bad things, but you can't deny what he did in the ring, right? And that's we do this all the time. I feel like with like musical artists, with actors, where they do something wrong, and that's fine. Like you don't have to like them, but you can still respect the work that they did. And as far as Hulk Hogan's work, I mean, obviously him, Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 1, 2, I think, and 3, dude's an absolute legend.
That's pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's just, I want you to think about this. Is wrestling where it's at today without Hulk Hogan?
Oh, dude, he was the first superstar. I mean, you had Bruno Sammartino and everything, but like in terms of
that was before
taking just pure wrestling and making it wrestling entertainment, that's Hulk Hogan. I mean, guy was in movies, guy was in Rocky, like guy was everywhere.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I think he was 71 years old, so I mean, I'm 48. I remember Hulk Hogan as a kid. When I was a kid, so they're talking about 35, 40 years ago, and he's still relevant today.
Yeah.
So Ric Flair, I guess he's probably going to end up being on the Mount Rushmore too, but he's just crashed and burned, Every time we go to Tampa, he's living in a hotel and he's at the bar and he's, trying to get a dollar for everything.
Still trying to make it. Got a little Ric Flair have a little Pete Rose to him in that sense, like where it's like he's everywhere to try to still make a buck.
I get a Pete Rose, or maybe like a Jose Canseco, where it's like, man, why are you doing this? Because like I'm sure. Listen, I don't know Ric Flair's personal life. I gotta believe he's doing just fine financially. Like the guy's a legend, but I think what makes Ric Flair so great is also his detriment. Where like you started with this persona, this character, and then you became that character.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like if you see Ric Flair in public, you want him to do the woo. You want him to be the nature boy. Like he just can't be.
It's an interesting deal.
You can't turn it off. And like that's a problem with Ric Flair, I believe.
All right. Hey, let's get back to fishing for a second before I let you go. Let's go fishing presented by Buick GMC. Armor Guard exteriors mixed in with a little wrestling and Hulk Hogan and some football too. But after Kingfish, where do we go?
Well,
now that the season's wrapping up.
Yeah, we'll start getting this fall pattern, northeasters, which will cause the mullet run to start. I mean, I think it's worth noting right now that the shrimping in the river is very good. The people have been catching a lot of shrimp, and that creates good fishing in the St. Johns River as well. I saw Roger's report last week. He said the fishing's really good, and I think that's in direct correlation with the shrimp. So the shrimp has been a strong shrimp season because we haven't had a tremendous amount of rain. It certainly doesn't rain at our house, but it seems to rain everywhere else. But they've been catching a 5-gallon bucket. That's the limit, a 5-gallon bucket of shrimp in 2-3 hours around Doctor's Lake, Mandarin Point, those type places. But the fishermen can go throw 2 or 3 times, get enough for bait, go fishing. In the intercoastal waterway, it's hot. And you get in the creeks, and it really gets hot in the creeks, and the fish are a little bit lethargic. But fishing the banks of the main river, I was down yesterday, and the water's crystal clear in St. Augustine in the river around high tide. And there were sheep's head swimming around the dock I was at. It was so clean, I could probably 8 or 10 feet of visibility. There were sheep's head around, and I know they've been catching some nice redfish along the main river and the docks and stuff like that. And there's some flounder. Summertime flounder fishing's pretty good around the jetties. Again, the clean water and a little bit cooler water offshore helps that inshore fishing around the inlets. So it's, like I said, it's probably 8 or 10 degrees cooler on the beach. When I say on the beach, the surf temperature, than it should be this time of year.
How about that? That's a good rundown of all of it. There's plenty to catch.
Yeah, go fishing. It's always good to go fishing.
Hey, and when you come back from fishing, maybe check out Bono's Barbecue, bonosbarbecue.com. Visit all the different locations around Bono's. That's Paul Dozier. Let's Go Fishing, presented by Nimnick Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exteriors. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Have a great weekend and happy football season. We'll talk some football with you next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why not? We'll be back noon hour around the corner. Big news out in the sports and entertainment world. Hulk Hogan, dead at the age of 71. Plus, we will revisit the big topics around Jags camp, give you an update on the Justin Fields story that came out today as well. So some big headlines around the sports world. We take you until 1 o'clock on the Brent and Austen Show.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Kinetico reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Kinetico Premier softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Kinetico water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Kinetico dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
What are we doing here?
Brent, guess that team, I guess.
The logo's on the screen.
Oh, does that say Green Bay?
Is it on the, oh, it is.
Yeah,
Packers.
I didn't see it at first. You know what my first thought was before I saw that was Notre Dame.
Right? I can see that.
You know, it's a great. Why wouldn't you put somebody in these jerseys that's recognizable? Like, is that Tucker Kraft, I assume?
I think so, yeah.
85?
Yeah.
But, like, why isn't this
Jordan Love, maybe?
Jordan
You know?
Love.
I mean, they got Josh. Is that Josh Jacobs? We can't see his number. I assume that's Josh Jacobs. Right? I can't. The guy in the bottom middle. Yeah.
I would think.
Hey, I'm with you, dude.
Oh, this is Jordan Love.
Oh, that's Jordan Love over there. Yeah.
Where?
But why wouldn't he be more front and center?
Far right. Half of his face looking in the other direction.
Hey, sure. Gotcha.
That is Jordan Love, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean,
okay, so you guys are the uniform police. What do you think?
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, I see what they're doing.
I mean, I get. Okay, I'll say this much: like, you're trying to honor the throwbacks. This is a lot better than the Steelers.
It is, yeah.
Atrocities that you're gonna. Yeah.
There's not a really by honoring the throwbacks like to 1923.
Yeah,
there's not a lot you can do with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like the Browns.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the helmet there.
The helmet
that makes it look like the leather helmet. That's hard to do.
The helmet's crazy work because they actually had like a behind the scenes video of what it takes to get like that helmet to look like that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
tough.
Airbrushed, like everyone. Yeah, it's wild because everyone's hand done, Brent.
Wow.
Airbrushed. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's wild.
Oh, that part's pretty cool. I mean, whether it looks good or not. So.
No, I mean, I think it's fine.
All right, Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby, Casey Kurtz has joined the fray, and it's noon on a Thursday, day 2 of Jags Training Camp. Listen, there's a big story with Hulk Hogan passing away. I want to get to that in just a moment, but I also want to refresh people on what went on today, day 2 of camp. I mean, it's not a lot of alarming stuff coming out of camp. Like I said when I joined you guys from the road on the way in, I think that's a good thing. Like I don't know we're going to come in here every day and there's going to be these headlines and oh my gosh, look what happened, especially early in camp. I mean, this is just a ramp up. Today, Campanile talked, Trayvon Walker talked. We caught up with Who did we catch up with? De'Ami Brown and Foye Oluokun with our team. So we'll have a lot of that tonight on First and 10 Training Camp at 11:15 on CBS 47, Fox 30. We'll obviously continue to put content out throughout the day as well with Action Sports Jacks. But I don't, other than Buster Brown missing practice, that's like maybe a little bit of a bullet point. That's a precautionary thing with a lower leg injury, according to the Jags. We know Mason Smith's out. We know Dennis Gardeck's out. When I was over there this morning at camp, thought it looked pretty normal.
Yeah.
You know, there was a pick Antonio Johnson made. I will, you know, we've talked a lot about body shapes and sizes with this team because of last year. I think he's a guy. I actually was curious about this. I thought he looked a lot bigger to me last year. And he was a guy that, remember, 2 years, Antonio Johnson. 2 years ago, remember, people were raving about that pick. Texas A&M, 5th round pick, I believe it was. Like, hey, that's going to be a steal. People got really excited about the 5th round pick. Thought he should have went higher in the draft. His versatility. Well, then he put on a lot of weight. I wonder if he's a guy that could really benefit from this new defense, from the new body shape and size. He looks like he's lost some to me. I don't know exactly what it was.
We're talking about secondary guys gaining and losing weight, though.
But he really looked like big to me. And I didn't know if that was just a maturation of like a young man who's turned it into a man. You know, I mean, when you're 21, 22, and now you're 23, 24, whatever. I don't know. But in hindsight, I think it was what you look at. And when you look at that field, you see Devin Lloyd, it looks like a different person. Antonio Johnson, to me, I'm not sure he looks like a totally different person, but he definitely looks different.
No, for sure.
And I wonder if he can benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, look good, play good, feel good, right? All that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's crazy work that, and maybe this was a Ryan Nielsen thing too, telling secondary, hey, you have to put some muscle on, put some weight on. I mean, it's just wild. I just think, like, listen, Brent, we talked about this yesterday a little bit, whether it's the secondary, whether it's Josh Hines Allen, whether it's Devin Lloyd, like, players have a certain weight where they feel comfortable, where it's the perfect combination of size, speed, and strength. And everyone, and like, it's hard to, if you haven't been on the field, it's hard to explain to somebody. But even with me, like when I went to Kansas City, I was 280 pounds. I didn't feel 100%. Like I felt, man, I feel sluggish out of my stance. I go to Chicago, I'm 245. I'm faster than I ever felt, and I still feel as strong. Like every person's got like that sweet spot, especially on defense, where it's like, this is where I can give my best abilities. And I think last year you saw a bunch of guys that put too much weight on for whatever reason, and it backfired. And now you're going to see, I think this year at least, where you have Campanelli coming in and saying, hey, just play with what you're comfortable at. Yeah. Like, I'll put you in spots to succeed. Just come in comfortable, and we'll take care of the rest.
You're not out at camp. You're going out tomorrow, I think, for a little bit. So, I'm out there for most of the practice the first couple of days. I'm kind of curious as, like, I know you're not necessarily a fan, and you can jump in on the message board too, or Hamby jump in. It's like, I wonder what people are looking for if they're there. Like if you go out, the camp practice has been sold out, I think, the first 2 days, and I think probably going to head into that for a lot of these. So check it out, Jaguars.com, and you can register. But they're pretty heavily attended. Like, what do you want me to come back and say from camp?
Everyone's healthy.
Well, that's what I kind of led with that today, right? Like I was like, hey, I don't know if there's a good day. What you want to do is avoid the bad day. That's an odd thing to say, or in sports, right? It's like, hey, just don't come back and say anything that sucks or people got hurt. But what, like, from your guys' standpoint,
Hamby, you can take this one.
Yeah,
most are just going to want to see a cool Travis Hunter catch.
I think it's the Travis Hunter effect, but it's also, I think, position battles. That's what people are interested in during training camp. Or, like, you know, seeing
that's
the
good
rookies
call.
as we played Jacksonville Feud yesterday.
Should we just go back to that?
Yeah,
but they didn't have Travis Hunter on there. So
no, but they want to see the young players do something. I forget what it was exactly.
Hamby, I think you're right. I think the ooh and ah of Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter, again, just to revisit that part, that was from yesterday. We're seeing him work in these different parts. Your eyes go to what he's doing almost every moment of practice. I think that will continue for people. I think you could seriously this is what I've come away with the first 2 days. I think you could go out to practice for your first one, if it's your only one, and you could say, hey, my eyes are going to go to 3 things today. One's going to be Trevor Lawrence, one's going to be Travis Hunter, and I really think the other one right now is like the staff and how they're approaching their business. Now, I don't know, in a week and a half I'm saying that. I just think right now, like, that's where my eyes have gone a bit, like watching Liam Cohen bounce around from quarterbacks and running backs to wide receivers, and I don't think that's even that abnormal. I'm just saying it's somewhat interesting. He was literally on a drill today, the guy throwing balls to the receivers. Because I think he likes to have the ball in his hand as a former quarterback. He's still young enough to be able to sling it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's even that bit of energy to it. But I did think what you said. You did say something that eventually we'll get to, the position battles. Mm-hmm. I think it's too early for that, though. I don't, like, I'm not going, I don't see that playing out this early in camp.
No, but I think it's very telling the first couple of days of practice who's getting the run with the ones.
That's
like
fair.
That's because
Dewey Wingard with the one at safety. Of course,
because that's a coach coming out there and saying, like, based off of what we've seen on film from last season, based off of how these OTAs have gone, like, anybody, and I get people want to say, oh, it's just the first day of practice. Yeah, but like trotting out the ones the first day of practice, like that sets the precedent. That sets the tempo. So I think there is something to be said for Dewey getting reps with the ones day one.
Yeah. So anyway, just some of the stories coming out. Again, not major stories. I'm not going to embellish this stuff and over-dramatize. We're going to talk a ton of Jags, but I don't think there's major storylines just yet. Pads do go on Monday. Then we get a little bit more to see the offensive line, the defensive front. Your guys is under.
Oh, the second.
Let's go.
I did. I was so disappointed.
You saw him?
I was so disappointed in myself that I know because, again, the easy guys, we've got Pankol and Singer. So number 10 and 13, that's who Hamby and I have.
Well,
you guys picked a couple of guys in the middle, and they're practicing way on the other field. I can't see them.
How are your guys easy? You have like 20 people at that position.
Well, I know, but they're catching passes. So like
At
today,
least
they were right in front of me catching passes.
There's
and
like
I'm like, damn
4
it, give me the
defensive
phone.
tackles.
I was talking to like
our guys might make the team.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I was talking to Loggeman, and I was like, I don't want to kind of just break out my phone while I'm talking to Log. We were like in the middle of a kind of a
let's
serious
just get Jeff on the
conversation.
show then.
And so I'm like,
He'll tell us.
I want Pankol, and I had Pankol and Singer actually made a really nice catch on a low ball on the sideline. I was like, I got to show that. I could show that video.
Let's go, baby.
I missed it.
Forget Singer. Ask Jeff about somebody the second.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he would know.
He would, but even Jeff, I mean, Jeff probably couldn't see him. He was like 3 fields over. Tomorrow,
yeah, but Jeff could cut the fields.
Jeff can go wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff can, yeah, but I wasn't going to report back. Tomorrow, it should be good to view the defense. I think will be on like this side.
Get a good look at somebody the second.
I got you.
I don't know his name anymore.
I got you.
He's number 95.
I mean,
he's definitely the second.
Your number?
I don't need to. I know his last name.
Yeah, I know his first
he's
name.
White.
Eli.
Hey, Brent, he's a white defensive tackle. I think I'll figure it out.
I'll find him.
He'll sniff that one out.
Yeah,
we got 10, 13, 95. I got to check
football
his
expertise and really
dig in.
Pick him out of the lineup.
Hey, we recycle some of the storylines from training camp. Presented by Republic Services, recyclingsimplified.com. Now, let's get to a topic that actually is really trending right now in the sports world, entertainment world. Hulk Hogan passes away at the age of 71. I've got this question for you guys. It's a weird one when I watched. I didn't know until a few weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago, I don't know,
right?
That Hulk Hogan was even like a name that people were a little down on in the wrestling world. I didn't know that you guys educated that.
We could have him on the Scrap House maybe, or at least we could have interviewed him.
That was the thing. He was in, I think it was when he was in town. I'm like, hey, you guys want him? You guys ignored every email and text that I had.
I do that anyway.
Yeah, that's really nothing new from us, Brent. But yeah, I mean, and I think I speak for Casey here too. Like we didn't really want to have him on our show.
Yeah. And I guess that's a little bit of the wrestling world right now when it comes to Hulk Hogan. But as you indicated before the break, when we heard the news of him passing away, he also is one of the icons of the sport. And that's doesn't matter how you feel about him.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's not even a debate.
Yeah, and and it's a few things. Obviously, Casey, you were gone when we had Paul on, but there was the racial tirade that he went on where he used a bunch of offensive language that got recorded, that got shared, and that was probably the biggest thing, the biggest detriment to Hulk Hogan in terms of when they decided to bring him back out, for instance, for like when they went to Netflix, like their debut, Hulk Hogan was out there.
Right.
And he got booed out the building.
Yes, he did.
A lot because of what he said, whatever, it was 10 years ago. But also, too, and it would have been interesting if he would, because we talk about Jesse the Body Ventura all the time. He does Saturday Night Main Event.
Right.
Back in the day when they're both, coming up as wrestlers, Jesse the Body Ventura wanted to start a union. Simply because he thought, the rights of wrestlers weren't getting respected, they weren't making enough money, health insurance, all this stuff, right? Well, Hulk Hogan went to Vince McMahon and essentially snitched on Jesse Ventura, saying, "Hey, Jesse Ventura's trying to start a union," and then that whole thing
doesn't sit well.
That didn't sit well at all with Jesse Ventura.
I'm not sure that ever got resolved.
I don't think it did. No, I don't think it did. Neither to say they don't really like each other because of that. And then another thing too is Hulk Hogan in terms of, we talked about his political views, whatever there, but also there was a while where Hulk Hogan wasn't being truthful about the steroid use.
Right.
Where he was saying how, he was always clean, he always just worked harder than anybody else. It's like, yeah, man, we get it, but we also saw you body slam Andre the Giant. Come on, man.
Yeah, he felt
don't
like
insult our
felt like a
intelligence.
poster child for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But in a
eat your vegetables and
somewhat
get it.
scripted sport, as we would say, it didn't. I don't know if it didn't feel like it bothered me like the steroid era of baseball, or if guys were using it in the NFL.
Correct.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me that way, but maybe it hit some fans that he was denying it. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. I don't, again, mind it. I'm kind of with you there, but yeah, I mean, the interesting thing with Hogan now is, like, as a person, most people would probably say they don't like him as a person. As a performer, as a professional wrestler, he's on the Mount Rushmore.
That's exactly what I said.
So it's kind of...
Yeah, it can be a tricky one, especially when someone passes that regard.
It's tough today because also there's probably some of, like, I mean, you never know when someone's going to die, obviously, but, like, the last few times you saw Hulk Hogan on WWE TV, it was not a warm reception.
Yeah.
People didn't really want to see him, and now it's kind of like, he never got that.
That send off.
I don't know that he ever was going to. By the way,
probably not. There's nothing he could probably say or do because the whole racial stuff was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but
that's a good call though. It almost feels like a curtain call is needed somewhere.
Yeah,
when you're on the Mount Rushmore,
of course,
and you almost feel bad in a sense whether you like him or not. Deep down, you're like, it kind of sucks that he's not going to get it or now didn't get it.
Yeah. And I can, a lot of people can't do this, I feel like, Casey, but I can, like, separate the in-ring worker from who he was as a person. And I think from the in-ring worker, like, you have to give him props in saying, like, he ushered in a new entertainment era. Like, I told this during the last break or the last segment. Like, he was the first wrestler that I knew that was in movies. Like, he was in Rocky. I'm like, oh, holy crap, that's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
What do they call him? Thunderlips, I think his name.
Thunderlips,
yeah. Thunderlips, yeah. So, like, without him, wrestling wouldn't be anywhere close, I feel like, that it is today.
That's really my question to you guys. Like, where is wrestling today without Hulk Hogan? Because he creates the Hollywood wrestler, essentially. He obviously is on the map in a lot of different ways. He's awesome on the mic skills. He's awesome in the ring. He's iconic, and he gives anybody that people want to be Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
they want to be Hulk Hogan. He creates a dollar figure, a brand that now people are like, wow, you can actually do this?
Yeah.
You know? I wonder, I'll say it from this standpoint. I have no idea. This is a very novice point of view, but does Tony Khan have AEW without Hulk Hogan? Because he also went to WCW and kind of played that card and everything else and said you can at least try or attempt to be an alternate to WWF at the time, right? So I wonder if even Tony Khan could think about something like that without seeing that blueprint somehow tried.
I mean, Hulk Hogan's going to go down as one of, if not the greatest wrestler of all time for, once again, the in-ring work. And despite of how long the matches were, despite the moveset, like, just for how big wrestling was when he was coming up, you'll never probably see it again. Simple as that. And then when you look at when he went to WCW, and he essentially put that company on his back, because when he turned heel, it was the most shocking, greatest heel turn of all time.
Yeah.
Sorry, John Cena.
No, it's the one that people compared the Cena thing to recently.
But it will go down in history as the biggest heel turn ever. And doing that ushered in the company of WCW, and that carried WCW for years. Off of one wrestler, really. I mean, you can say you had Sting and Bret the Hitman Hart, but it was Hulk Hogan. It was Hollywood Hogan.
You might not ever know Sting if it's not for Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
You may not, So, I think it's a tricky one for some people today. But like, WWE right now isn't WWE without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way. You might not like that, but that's like the reality of the situation. Like, I'm trying to compare it to somebody in like baseball or something that you just didn't like. And like you had to have, and like there's just not many of those, even with the steroid stuff. Like people hated Ty Cobb. I hate to go back that far because none of us can relate to that. People hated Ty Cobb. Apparently, he was a real scumbag.
Yeah,
one of the greatest to ever do it. You know what I mean? Hall of Famer. And that's probably not the right comparison, but the point is, you couldn't do professional wrestling without Hulk Hogan.
And I guarantee right now, like, I don't know really if it's like WWE's gonna have this problem, but like there's wrestling sources, wrestling websites, whatever, that are gonna have the mental gymnastics now of how do we celebrate Hulk Hogan? Like, how do we tell the story? Because there's going to be people out there, wrestling fans, diehard wrestling fans, that could care, like, honestly, and it's sad to say, but don't really care that Hulk Hogan passed away just because of how much they don't like him anymore.
Right.
And, like, that's their opinion and everything, but, like, I think it's just a shame, man. I think it's just a shame when you talk about one of the most important figures of sports entertainment and his going out now, like, you know, the tributes, like, they're going to be there, but they're probably not going to be there as much as they should because people are going to be afraid of the backlash of how the hardcore wrestling base truly feels about it.
I think it's amazing commentary right there what you just said about it just makes you stop and think about where we are politically. And I know there are other things behind, but to me, the most recent stuff would be tied to the political part of maybe where wrestling is as a sport and where people are in general. Because what I think about when you say that, again, I didn't have my radar on this at all until you guys brought it up about where people feel about him. But I don't look at any wrestler that's ever really been a star and say, "Oh, that dude's a great guy." I don't really feel like there's a long list of great guy wrestlers.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I believe many of them have been celebrated as either icons or stars, or you would come away thinking about, at least at their death, like, "Ah, he's a great dude. Everybody says nice things about him."
Yeah,
so it's a really odd thing.
Except Cena,
Cena with all the Make-A-Wish, but that's like really the only one I come to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But, you know, just, you don't, like, I don't know, is Andre the Giant a great guy? Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I got you.
All these other, so it's a really weird, to me, it just puts on, for lack of a better word, steroids, how much the political landscape has impacted sports and entertainment. But probably even over the last 10 or 15 years, because whether you like it or not, agree with it or not, people have showed themselves in that arena, and it has influenced how even people feel about their old heroes.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, and obviously he said what he said, so, like, you know, there's no hiding that. But I also think there's, like, if you think about John Cena, I could be wrong, maybe he said something about some time, but, like, I don't know where John Cena may be a big trouble. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think if you look at some of the examples from, like, a Hulk Hogan, like a Bret Hart, because you know how he feels about everything because he says stuff, and, like, sometimes that is celebrated, but also if you're John Cena, if you're Seth Rollins or somebody that's really big right now, you probably should never say anything ever, because then you lose half your fan base. And like you see what happened with Hogan. Granted, Hogan said some, you know, other things other than political stuff that was bad, don't get me wrong. But if you decide to go down that route, you open yourself up for a similar situation like this to happen in 30 years.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I just...
Yeah, think about, I'm a marketing manager right now. You really have to think about which, if you want to go into that world,
of course.
Right? Like, I mean, we've done this many times. We try to stay away from probably two things most of the time on the show. And on our show, as we've done this for years, we don't really do a lot of politics and we don't do a lot of religion. But like, we don't really go there very often.
And it is wild too, Casey, and Brent, you can allude to this, like, you know wrestling, but it's like wrestling gets, I feel like, its biggest pops when you blur that real life a little bit with the story, right? But then it's almost like, well, if you blur a little too much real life,
you cross the line,
and then we see too much with the personal life, that's where we draw the line. Yeah. That's where we have the issue.
Pretty wild.
It's honestly probably a very weird PR journalism class that you're teaching today about Hulk Hogan, like.
Well, I'll go,
or like if you're a new anybody, athlete or whatever, he's probably in the PowerPoint of like, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a weird thing to say because again, he is one of the 4 greatest professional wrestlers ever, and like, you know, history might not remember it that way, but like, in my opinion, probably stands the test of time because you can't tell. You can't tell the story of professional wrestling as a whole without Hulk Hogan.
But this is going to be my question, Casey, because, and as sad as it is to say this, a month from now, when all the honoring of him, when all the highlight videos and everything, and everyone pays their dues, and we keep on living our lives, a month from now, I think it'll go back to being. Remember what Hulk Hogan said in that video? Remember how racist he sounded? He even called him. Yeah.
You think so? Really?
Yeah, it was bad, Brent. It was really bad.
Okay, so
but what I was getting at is like, do you lose this guy in history? Like, are we gonna because I grew up with a little bit of it, Hulkamania. Yeah. Like you maybe were on the tail end, but you can appreciate it. You're wrestling fan.
Man, I couldn't wait till that Saturday night match.
Of course.
That when they did the Saturday night main event, which was again 3 channels, not cable and everything else that you're seeing stuff on. My older sister, ironically, she was into it too. Like we'd sneak on the TV and stay up late to watch. Hopefully him against Andre the Giant. It was a massive deal.
Yeah. My point though is like my kid, like Ronan, grandkids, are they going to remember Hulk Hogan for being one of the GOATs? Or is it going to be just a cautionary tale of, hey, you have to watch what you say? Because I'll give an example, like Tom Brady. Tom Brady did everything pretty much right in his career, right? No drama, no off the field stuff. He's the GOAT. My son loves Tom Brady. Never watched the Tom Brady game, doesn't know what Tom Brady brings to the table, but he knows that he's the GOAT because of just the prestige of Tom Brady. Hulk Hogan had that aura. He had that prestige, but will he have that 10, 20 years after the fact?
Depends on who's telling the story. I
guess that's a good point.
Well, and it depends over the next couple of weeks, to you guys' point, how they tell the story.
How do we tell the story?
But I would say this. I think there are a lot more people like me that were totally in the dark that would have just said, if I saw this news without having the conversation a month ago with you guys, because he was coming to town, I would have been like, oh my gosh, beloved. I would, if you weren't even on the show, I'd have been like, hey, beloved, Hope icon.
I would have been taking pictures with them and everything.
And seriously. I would have. Yeah. Because you guys know, when he was coming to town, I was like, hey,
you were
Scrap House. You guys are going to want this, right? Yeah. I really was totally and I believe although there are a lot of wrestling fans still at 40 plus, 45 plus years old, I think there are also probably a good amount of people like me that don't pay attention to the storylines and where people feel and just assume that, holy cow. I mean, this thing's trending everywhere right now. I mean,
he's a name.
He's a huge name that everybody knows.
He's a name that if you say wrestling, it's not far from the first or second name you come up with. I think that's anybody.
He's the first thing, if you can say one thing about wrestling, his tagline.
Correct.
Yeah, of course.
You know it. And you'll try to do it. I mean, him and Macho Man Savage are the only ones that I could even attempt to try to do.
Right. I mean, the search is probably isn't Hulk Hogan related, but I feel like there's been a resurgence of calling your friends, hey, what's up, brother? Everyone's saying brother now.
That's a good point.
Sure.
That's a really good point.
It's Hulk Hogan, man.
That is Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell you, hey, what's up, brother? You're my brother. But I do it more than anybody. I've probably done it to you. Hey, what's up, brother?
I got one more element of this, and I don't know how big it is or not. But I've kind of tongue-in-cheek said this because I think steroids are so related to baseball. And so, and I have tongue-in-cheek said it for a while anyway, people will say, oh, yeah, but he took something or they took something or whatever. And I said, man, I should get some of those. But
settle down.
Not now, but before you can get tested in college.
Okay, cool.
But I come around. I actually come around to. What do you mean? You can't get tested. You can't get caught. I can't.
But given high score steroids seems worse.
Oh yeah. Well, let's say it hasn't happened.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying.
Younger you get, probably the worse it looks.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you guys are actually going into something that I am very curious about, and I just don't know if we know it yet. When I was a kid, and actually maybe it goes into young adulthood, I can't remember when he passed, Lyle Alzado was the poster child for a guy that admittedly took steroids and then passed away at a pretty young age. Yeah. And so we assumed if you took steroids, eventually you were going to die. Pretty early. There was this assumption that you were just going to, you were, that's why the baseball was hey, go ahead, man. Mark McGuire, you can do it.
Yeah,
Sammy Sosa, you can do it. Or in your high school career, hey, you guys want to try that, but you get all these other things, roid rage. You get some other things with other body parts. You get
settle down.
That was the thought process. But in the last couple of years, I've wondered. I'm is there real evidence that steroids are really as bad for you as people thought? Because I don't know people. I don't really. Again, this is a very novice thought here. I don't know a lot of people linked to passing away like Lyle Alzado was directly to steroids. Now, this is interesting to me because I think there's an assumption that Hulk Hogan did this. And now, again, he's not 50. No. You can die of 71 at a heart attack or cardiac arrest very easily at 71. That's a pretty common thing. But will we someday find out that there was some link?
Yeah.
I don't know. Steroids are weird to me like that. They're so dismissed. You're cheating the game, but there's also this, you're hurting yourself. You're going to pay the price.
Correct.
But has anybody really paid the price? Is a curiosity of mine.
So I'll say this much about steroids, because having grown up, in the 90s as a kid, where it was like, if you put, if you take this, you're going to lose a leg, you're going to die early, your heart's going to give out. I remember during this, there was this PSA video we had to watch in gym class.
Yeah.
Where one guy lost his leg supposedly, and don't know if it was steroid related, but they showed him amputating his leg because he did steroids. And it's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm never going to do steroids.
Of course,
then.
that's
I like having my leg.
Pretty loud, yeah.
Yeah, so that scared the crap out of me. I think back in the Hulk Hogan era when he was coming up and doing everything, there wasn't a lot of information about it, Brent. I think it was more of the Wild West.
Yeah.
All right, you have to get this illegally, inject it here, okay, and best of luck to you. We'll see what happens. There's so much more research now and so many more different variations of things you can probably take, I would assume. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. Where I think they have a lot better feel for what the side effects could be. Back then, when I was a kid in the 90s, it was the Wild West.
Yeah.
You had no idea. Best of luck to you. Now it's like, hey, if you take this, I think you're going to be okay. You probably live a little longer, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe get more muscle tone.
And still gets the job done.
Exactly.
But you knew guys in the NFL even when you were playing that were doing stuff or things, or maybe in college, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know. But we still come away with this last generation of that dude's not messed up because of steroids. That dude's messed up because of CTE.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah. And listen, I'll me, man, I'm an open book. I don't care about, the locker room. I never saw anybody take steroids.
Okay.
100%. That's me being 100% truthful. I do know that people were taking steroids in the NFL. Now, if I'm going to say a percentage back when I played, I don't know, man. Maybe 15%.
Yeah.
Maybe 20%. I don't know. But I do know it was there, and I know I never thought about even for a second, because my biggest thing past those videos that I saw in high school was I didn't want to embarrass my grandparents or my mom. I didn't want to embarrass the family name and say, oh, Austin got caught doing steroids. That brings shame on everybody. It's not how I was raised. So I was more worried about that blowback than anything. So I never touched it. But yeah, to answer your question, Brent, I think now looking back at the people that I played football with and seeing how they're doing physically, it's a lot more about the head injuries than it is about, what you were taking for sports performance.
Yeah. I just think it's an interesting deal. You don't see a lot said on steroids other than there's just this thing that you shouldn't take them because it feels like you're cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
But isn't it wild now?
But they also help people stay alive.
Of course.
in other aspects.
And that's the thing. But we know so much more about it now than ever. For instance, Ozempic's big, right? Everyone's taking Ozempic. Do we really know a lot about Ozempic? I'm not trying to get political here or anything, but people are losing a lot of weight looking great. Is there a side effect down the line that we don't know about, though?
Yeah.
I guess time will tell, huh?
Yeah, and that does happen.
Yeah.
But we have a long runway now on steroids, I guess, is my point.
Yeah.
It's been such a popular topic, whether it's entertainment like this or in sports. Just really interesting to me. Maybe I got to dig a little deeper and see if there's something out there on it.
Brent, I just wish you'd listen, man, and get on them and then start growing a beard. You know what I'm saying? We've been over this, like a new and improved. I don't say improved, man, because you're already great, right? But new Jaguars season, new Brent Martineau, full beard, jacked to the gills.
Okay,
let's go.
You can do that.
Yeah,
waiting for the midlife crisis where we think that gets pushed further back these days.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it might not be until 52 or 3.
Sounds good.
Got a few more years. Look out. Be on the lookout.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We got to catch up on a break. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Casey's got something for us when we come back. We don't know. We'll be surprised. Jason Hamby along as well here on a Thursday, day 2 of Jax Camp. We've got you covered tonight. 1st and 10 Training Camp. Action Sports Jax the morning until night. Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network on social media, on TV, online at actionsportsjax.com. Really put out a lot of stuff. So if you want to catch up at all, you can find it and go to the YouTube channel too and just subscribe to Action Sports Jax.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24.
Let's try. There we
Just in time for Casey's game.
We're back.
We're good? Yeah, we're back.
We're good again.
Yeah. We're in real time again, Brent.
Now, here, welcome, Liv.
What up, Liv?
I don't know what Liv's doing. She just came in here. She
You
doesn't
might
tell
want
you guys like
you might want to talk into the microphone.
Nobody tells me. Like they just walk in, sit down.
Good, because I was
It's
about
like
to light
Cheers,
you
man.
up like no tomorrow.
It's like Cheers, man. Everyone just kind of comes in.
Just come on, grab her.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and hang out.
Everyone knows your name here, Liv.
I do want a beer.
Liv, did you have trouble parking in the parking lot?
Yeah, next to your crooked truck.
We're fine. Relax. Now
It's over the line. It's crooked.
Is it over the line again?
It's over the line.
I
But you're
tried.
also in that small parking spot.
It's a small parking
it
spot.
is
Thanks for helping me out, Liv.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
There's plenty of spots out there now.
Oh, they don't have the
took
cones on them?
down?
They took the cones. I think all the
So that was already done?
What were
I
the
think so,
cones there for then?
there was
The cones are out
a
there, but
meeting.
they're all like stacked up. They're just not in front of. I park next to Hamby.
Oh, yeah. They
Oh,
had
yeah,
like,
I had
they had
to
like
park.
30 spots marked off today.
There's only
Took the
30
cone.
spots out there.
No,
They had 26
Casey,
of them.
all the spots were taken.
They were all
For what?
I think
That's
there
what I
was
was
like there's a
like a family focus meeting, so like a
Yeah.
sponsorship meeting. So all the sponsors were coming in.
This place.
give them the good parking.
They did front row parking. We love our sponsors.
Hey, you deal with about a tenth of it.
Yeah. If you only knew, Casey.
And I'm sick of it.
If you only knew. If you only knew.
I'm sick of
Oh, too funny.
Hey, what do we got? Are we back? We're on, right? Okay, good. Thumbs up, Hamby. A quiet thumbs up. I think at times I feel like Hamby would make a good pilot. He doesn't really freak out,
That's true.
you know?
Yeah,
You do
looking
kinda
some
look like a
turbulence here
pilot.
a little bit here. Yeah, thanks for flying. Spirit.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Like, I
Spirit?
really
You
think-
put him on Spirit?
You,
I mean,
put
well,
on- you guys start
You
somewhere.
gotta earn your stripes. What, you think he's gonna go right to Delta United?
No, but they're
No.
better than Spirit.
You gotta come up-
Frontier?
You gotta come up playing AAA ball. Put him on Spirit.
By the way,
That's
I
amazing.
give a shout out to an airline. I flew Allegiant for the first time ever.
Okay.
I went down to Sanford.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and you know, it's like they only fly, I think, certain days.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how Legion works.
And
Appleton to Sanford, though. That's a big one for me.
yeah,
To go to
and-
Wisconsin.
oh yeah, there you go.
We used to have an Indiana one in Clearwater that would do it.
I thought so. So there's some different stuff you got to do, right? But you get in line, and it was pretty busy.
Oh, it's packed.
And I got there, for me especially, I got there pretty early. But I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to make it. Well, sooner or later, I start seeing they're like, hey, flight to South Bend is leaving in whatever. If you're flying to South Bend, they brought you over into a different area and like hurried you up. And then they were like, Des Moines. So they kind of fell. And then the lady was like, nobody is going to miss their flight. But it was great. It was like, okay, they're going to prioritize in line no matter where you are.
yeah.
So they don't have to deal with the BS if you miss your flight.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And I was like, that's pretty good.
I got no beef with Allegiant. Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed by it. And of course, they only it's not a huge place there.
It is
So
not.
I think they can do that. Now, Allegiant trying to do that in Orlando would probably be pretty hard, as my guess. But
Are we still connected? Hamby said we're disconnected. In the
No,
group
we're
chat.
good.
Okay, we're good? Okay.
I don't know that they even
Sorry.
do Allegiant at like real Orlando Airport. Now that I think about it,
oh, is it all out of the smaller airports?
I think
like they
so.
don't do Allegiant at Jacksonville.
they do.
Oh, they do at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's
but that's
a small
somewhat
airport.
smaller.
Yeah.
But even Jacksonville
Tampa-
size, I'm not sure they'd be able to do.
Tampa doesn't because they do it in Clearwater, as Orlando doesn't because they do it in
I see.
Sanford.
Okay.
It's a lot of.
So maybe
it's
they
similar
do
to
live
that.
in a certain pond.
It's same to
you
like
know?
Dallas. Like I'm pretty sure the Allegiant in Dallas is through Love Field, not
Okay.
DFW.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, that wasn't bad.
Known airport, nowhere information.
Casey, you know your stuff.
By the way, could probably do like a documentary series on
Okay,
it.
if we're speaking of airports real quick, you've been to Denver's airport?
Yeah,
Is that whole thing, you know the stuff with Denver's airport?
do.
Is it true?
it's goofy.
The underground stuff?
Yeah, it feels a little goofy in there.
Okay,
Tell us more later.
You
we don't
guys-
want to
you
be
guys
the
know
ones
about
spreading
that?
rumors. I'm not sure.
No, I don't even think you want to talk about
You
it.
don't want to talk about it?
Oh.
Yeah, look it up though.
Okay. Yeah.
No, look it up.
I don't want to talk about it, but I want to look it up.
Well, I don't want people.
that's on your time.
I don't want people listening in to what we're talking about, but
Okay.
you can look it up. But yeah, Denver's airport. It's interesting stuff with that one, man.
Okay.
Yes.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, man.
Not surprising.
Not surprising.
What do you got for us?
You ever seen like? This is a completely stolen bit. I just want to confirm.
all good.
A lot of baseball
All good things are
influencers are doing this though. So basically, you put up the sports reference of a career of somebody with the teams and the stats. You got to figure out who it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I did that a little bit earlier, accidentally.
A little bit.
Oh.
Little bit. Yeah.
We got to Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Yeah. He gave me his numbers.
Oh,
And he
okay,
was-
I got
and
you,
it was
got
like-
you.
So that's
So-
kind of what this is.
So basically, I've got. We're not going to probably get to all of them, but I got 3 baseball ones, 3 football ones, and 2 basketball ones.
Okay.
We'll set the basketball ball once for last in case we run out of time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, pilot.
Hey, baby.
Thanks, Captain.
Out of the cockpit.
You guys want to go?
It's actually a good name for that.
The cockpit.
It's not bad.
Cockpit is good.
You want to go back and forth baseball, football? Or you want to do all baseball? You want to do a football? You want to do?
Go all one at a time.
Are these
so we're in
current?
that mode.
Are these current players, by the way?
You'll see. I mean, you'll see the years on the screen.
We'll start with football, Casey.
Start with football.
Yeah.
Start with football.
Go ahead. Whichever. I mean, just start with the first one if you got it. All right.
Liv, do you mind? Yeah.
sorry, my
No,
mic.
you're good. You're good. Okay. Here we go.
Is that better?
What? Okay. I see here.
So I took for football.
Oh, I like it. You got Jacks. Okay.
Yeah. These are trying to be somewhat. Like it's supposed to be difficult, but I tried to have Jags related or stuff that's somewhat.
So started in New Orleans. That's Nora, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. New Orleans.
Obviously, offensive guy.
Was it?
Right?
The star is the all. He's a Pro Bowler, right? Is a star?
So yeah, if you look all the way right, the PB on that year.
Oh, sorry.
The
Okay.
star means.
I see the star. But
Yes,
no,
it's the same thing. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Chris Ivory.
Holy crap!
That was impressive.
Wow.
Got it.
That is right.
Nice, Brent. Nice. I was also trying to figure out what position.
Well, it's definitely running back.
No,
well,
I see
because
it
he had
now.
receiving and rushing.
Yeah, I see it now. I was taking this all in. Wow, Chris Ivory.
That's right.
Where did he go to college? Do we know? You guys
We
remember? I'll look it up quick.
Yeah, I don't know that.
The next one.
I kind of really remember him as a Saint. Like I really, of all the places.
I was trying to think of randoms that had to do with Jacksonville, and like obviously.
I forgot he was in Jacksonville.
Listen, I'm not really sitting here pounding the table saying I'm going to be good at this game.
I can't.
But that one,
No, Brent,
you didn't say anything. You
crushed
just
that
got
one.
it. That's amazing.
Here's number 2.
Went to Washington State, by the way. Undrafted.
Undrafted guy.
Yeah.
This means he got traded.
Clay Harbor.
Holy crap!
How did you do that so fast? I didn't even digest the numbers.
I got him, man. Don't worry about that one.
Oh, boy.
Wait, let me continue to digest the
It
numbers
is Clay
for a
Harbor.
second.
I would love to know how you got it. Yeah.
Do you want to know? Because it's my draft class, 2010.
I didn't even
played for the
digest
Eagles
if he
and
was
played for
catching
Jacksonville.
passes.
That's
or-
how I figured it out.
Oh, you got receiving at the top. Nice work.
Thank you.
That's amazing. It is Clay Harbor.
I had to redeem myself from the last one.
Shout out Clay Harbor.
We got another one?
All right.
We do, but I'm sure he didn't expect it to happen that fast. Okay, yep. This is the last football one.
City. 2 years in Jags. Houston. Damn, this dude's had a career.
Wow, he didn't really do much down the stretch, huh?
Did not. Could be
Yeah,
injuries.
put some because he didn't play a lot of games. So finish with San Fran. Oh, I love this guy.
No way.
Yeah, I love this guy.
You're right. I know what you're thinking.
Chris Conley.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I should have got that one. That was my bad.
That's amazing. How'd you guys do that
That's
so
impressive.
fast?
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a longer bit.
I never got the
that's
name,
good.
but I do remember it. Yep.
I like it, though. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it,
Baseball.
now we have to do basketball.
You guys got him so fast.
What happened to baseball?
No, you still got baseball.
I know.
Yeah, but now he's like, we might get basketball in.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, we'll go baseball next.
That's
I mean, this is going
amazing.
to be rough, I think, for me with baseball.
So, I
baseball, I won't know
see
for the names.
Brewers.
Will pop.
I
I'm a
can't
little
compute
surprised the
that
names.
fast.
Even Chris Conley, I was like, I'll tell you this. This is how my mind works. I was like, Chris Ivory, he's the one that played, right? 33. I think he wore 33 with the Jags. And I was like, is it Ivory or is it something else I'm missing? And then same with Conley. I'm like, it's Conley. I had to like double check myself.
I
The
can't
names don't
believe
just
you guys
pop.
got
But I
that
could
that
see the
fast.
guy more than the name sometimes.
So the baseball one's going to be a little different just because there's not going to be any Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
That will make it harder.
Is there any jumbo shrimp guys?
You helped us out with recent Jags too. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like it goes back to 2005.
So the one thing I will say about whenever you have the first one, Abby, just throw it up. But the one thing about the baseball is like,
Holy.
it's all the highlighted one here means that's just where my mouse. I'm an idiot. It has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, okay.
Don't overthink it.
Oh, this one's really obvious.
Andrew Jones?
Yeah, this is Andrew Jones.
Football.
He can't see it.
Oh, he can't see him. Okay. I was
How
gonna
did you
say he
get
should
that? Not I figured Hamby would get. How did you get it?
Played for the Cubs. I'm not the Cubs. I mean the White Sox. I remember him being on the White Sox for a year.
Of all things you remember. You remember Andrew Jones being on the White Sox?
For 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember everything that happened in 2010 because you got drafted?
A little bit. I have a good memory. What do you want me to say, man?
It might be
have a good. I will say that you do have a good memory. You remember stuff they said on this show, and I'm like,
well, seriously, I remember like
that.
I remember the dumbest things, but then there's some things like you tell me to do like yesterday, I can't remember it. So it's more like a long-term memory thing. Short-term is hurting.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
This is so frustrating.
that should be frustrating. It's okay. It's a good game.
Zach Greinke. No. Sorry.
Oh, I jumped the gun there.
Sorry, I did. There's way too many Milwaukee years.
This is not helping that my eyes. This is a lot of my eyes.
This hurts my eyes.
So started Anaheim to the Angels to the Mets.
Do you know Hamby?
No.
I should know
if you think you do know.
I gotta know this.
You're good. Played a good long
he's
career.
a pitcher. Oh, dang, no.
He's a closer.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Hoffman, but
no.
Oh, this is
Eric Gagne.
No, this is Francisco Rodriguez.
Dang it!
It is Francisco Rodriguez.
I wasn't going there. I was trying to picture who's the Angels guy that have like goggles or as a closer. Nah, maybe I'm thinking Gagne.
Gagne. That's what I was thinking of. But that was Dodgers.
So this is Rodriguez.
This is K-Rod, yeah.
K-Rod, that's right.
A nice career, huh?
Yeah.
I put K-Rod in because of Brewers.
I didn't even. Yeah, see, I didn't see.
There you go. That was good.
The saves thing through. I had to look at these stats better.
Career, last baseball one.
Brent, this your
Help me
guy
out
here.
with the Red Sox here.
It is
all the way back in '96.
It is in here because of Red Sox.
This is JD Drew.
It is not.
No more.
It is no more.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, Brent, go and go. Yeah, as I just took your Red Sox guy. It's all good.
Hey, the one where it says 2004, when it says it does split it.
Yeah, the other one's right here.
And once again,
I thought Nomar got
those.
Why did I think
Those
Nomar
Cubs
got
years
traded to the Dodgers? He just ended up at the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a great trade for the Red Sox in a goofy way. Just didn't feel like it. I loved Nomar as a kid too.
Oh yeah, I think every kid did.
Yeah, man, Nomar was great.
Nomar.
All right, basketball time.
How were you a kid?
Well, I mean,
I was a kid.
Well, I'm coming out of high school.
Kid.
I'm coming out of high school. I was
An adult.
I was coming out of high school, and that was my college years.
Oh man.
You think yourself a kid when you're in college?
cow.
I kind of do.
Yes, yeah, sort of.
Oh
I
man.
mean, yeah, not 7.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh man, you're gonna be better.
Jason Kidd.
Damn,
Hamby.
nice one, Hamby.
Hamby.
How about that?
Hamby. Cheating, but Hamby.
No.
I see it.
It's labeled.
Hamby. Yeah.
It's
Look
not.
at that career, man.
See,
20 years.
That's wild.
That's good.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, it looks like he's a pretty good coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good coach.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't work the best in Milwaukee, but he's found footing now. Because
All
he's
right.
the coach of Milwaukee.
There's no way you guys are getting the last one that quick.
Well, prove you wrong. Derrick Rose.
No.
Taj Gibson.
No.
Tosh Gibson.
It's a hell of a guess, though.
He played for the Bulls.
No, he
and then
did.
the Knicks.
No, it's a good guess, but it's not.
MVP. It's not
Noah.
Derrick Rose.
I always screw up his
Joakim
first
Noah.
name. Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah finished 4th in MVP in 2013. Yeah. That's insane. I never would have. Wow, Brent. Props to you.
I kind of hate this bit.
I never would have. Wow, Brent.
I kind of hate this bit.
You don't like? Why don't you like it when we have some success?
Underestimated, yeah. You just want to see a squirm and like have to work through it, huh?
I hate this bit.
Hey, Casey, I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's funny. Like we actually like did at a decent pace. Probably the way a bit should probably go. Like, hey, let's have some. Instead, we got Jacksonville Feud where we're like,
it's a good bit. Just confidence. It's a good bit.
It's like a smoke alarms going off instead of Family
Casey's
Feud.
looking for games where we get stumped for at least like 2 minutes straight.
Casey
That one
wants
wasn't.
failure, not success.
To be fair,
that's
I never got it. It would have took me 10 minutes to get Joakim Noah. Like that was Brent all day on that one.
You know what? I'm going to go back to the original way I wanted the bit originally, everyone for themselves.
Yeah.
See who could get the points.
Yeah.
But when you guys all just kind of start saying stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't really guess a lot there.
I know.
Yeah, and when we guessed, they're usually the right answers.
Yeah.
We won't be doing that again.
Do you think you'd be good at that game?
I do it occasionally.
Oh,
like when other people post it, like I just pause it and look at it.
I like the locker. Have you seen the locker room ones?
Mm-mm.
On they're like, so Instagram will post like, guess who this player is,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll have like 4 or 5 different slides, and it's like starts on like extremely hard, and it's like one thing in the locker, and then you swipe, and it's like another thing in the locker.
I like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the one Immaculate Grid? You played that a ton.
Oh, I love the Immaculate
But that's got a little Immaculate Grid to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
I mean, with all due respect,
That's really died down. People play that still?
I do.
Gosh, I wish Tosh.
You were screwed when dude, you were screwed when Hamby got the basketball one in like 20 seconds with Jason Kidd.
Well, I didn't think Jason Kidd was going to be difficult. I figured if you looked at it long enough, you'd be like,
I don't
Mavericks,
know how
Nets.
you even saw in
The Clay Harbor one is mind-blowing.
Clay Harbor's
dude,
so
gotcha.
fast
Gotcha.
to consume information.
Gotcha.
I thought he would get it just
because he worked with them.
Yeah.
I think I might have. I didn't even see if it was a receiver or a rusher at the time.
Hamby, when someone replaces you, you got to do some homework on them. You know what I'm saying? I did some homework. What? But that didn't happen?
Didn't replace?
That didn't happen?
That's kind of how I remember it. I was there.
That didn't happen?
One day a week?
I was replaced by Maurice Jones-Drew and Clay Harbor.
And Rasheed.
And Rasheed. Oh, it took 3 of them, huh?
3 of them. Did we do those all on Monday?
No. Man, I should ask for more, I guess.
No, Monday, Wednesday?
Takes 3 people.
You had
2 of them on
You
Monday.
had Mojo and Rasheen on Monday and Clay on Wednesday.
Man.
I mean, what was I supposed to do?
Tuesday.
What was I supposed to do? Get Megan on?
What was I supposed to do? I'm doing a pro bono on a charity. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
I love how this was like my fault that I went and found somebody to do a show with.
No, no. I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm saying from someone who wasn't making any money there, I had a hard time. Maurice Jones-Drew was going to go, oh, yeah, and Clay Harbor were going to go, yeah, let me go ahead and sacrifice hours out of my day every week to come on here just because I like you, Brent.
Well, that's because I paid them. The station didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
That is what happened.
It's good to know that they earned Brent's money. I guess I was just trying to,
Well, we never had that option.
Hey, Brent, they didn't really give us that option.
They didn't give us that option. Hey, Liv, you caught up with De'Ami Brown today?
I did.
How was he?
Good guy. Good guy. I remembered my. Okay, so this was funny. I thought he remembered my name. He's like, oh, it's Olivia with an A, and I was like, wow, like you remember like talking to me.
Because you just talked to him at OTAs, yeah.
I talked to him at OTAs.
I thought that was on the name tag.
It was on the name tag.
Oh, yes! Yes!
He's an observant type.
Yes.
We like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Pay attention to details. We like that.
Gosh,
Gonna
I
read
was
those
like,
defenses, gonna read the name tags.
Yeah.
I like it.
I liked it, and then when I saw my name tag was still on, I was like, well, cool.
It's all right.
I'm not as memorable, I guess. It's fine.
You're plenty memorable, Web. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I like the De'Ami Brown conversation. Like we talked a lot about Brian Thomas Jr. today, but I like De'Ami Brown because of our Baselli conversation.
Of course.
I do think they were genuinely excited. I know he knew at the time they were going to trade up and get Travis Hunter, but I do think they have a role for De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
And I like this. I like, if you like to play the stock market or something, he is a great buy low guy because he's coming off a little momentum. Now, I think you can make the case that was like, just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. But I think in today's money, a year deal, $10 million, not like they gave him 4 years and 45. But it could be roses for the Jags on that move.
Yeah, I'm excited for him because I even asked him, I was like, listen, the whole reason why Cohen brought you in on top of everything else was mostly because he wants to expand your role out on the field. And I was like, how do you feel about it? Like, has it been too much? Or, how do you feel? And he's like, oh, I love it. I feel like I fit perfectly. And he really explained it really, really well. So yeah, it's exciting to see.
All right, we'll get those answers and see that conversation tonight. 1st and 10 Training Camp, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. Again, just a couple of quick notes. No major headlines coming out of Jags camp, and we think that's a good thing. Back at it tomorrow for the Jags. Justin Fields, that was the story to start the show. Carted off. Looks like a toe.
Yeah.
So now we're questioning his toughness. That's how the show ends. 3 hours later, it's like, is he out for the year? No. Dude, it was a toe.
We'll see him tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
And the big story right now in the entertainment sports world, the passing of Hulk Hogan at the age of 71. I think the report is due to cardiac arrest.
Yes.
And the other big story, ESPN is reportedly nearing a deal to acquire NFL Network, which would include NFL Red Zone in a deal worth over $2 billion.
$2 billion. And like Rich Eisen's going back to doing stuff on ESPN as well, right? I think that's like he's doing on Roku now. I think he has Rich Eisen.
No, real quick. If NFL Red Zone goes to ESPN.
Oh, it is going. It's going to be a $2 billion deal. It's going.
Commercials?
Probably.
Well, they got to make the $2 billion back some way.
It's over. Oh, God. Okay.
No, come on. Like,
That's how I feel about the bit. Like,
That's why NFL Red Zone's NFL Red Zone, because there's zero commercials, football for 7 straight hours. You're going to start interjecting commercials in NFL Red Zone?
So they don't do that side by side at all in Red Zone?
They certainly do not, Brent.
What do they do? Don't they have
7 hours of uninterrupted football action?
But is it like
it's the witching hour
or something that sponsors it, and you see something at the bottom?
I mean, maybe,
Well,
but I'm
fine.
saying, are they going to cut to commercials?
Yes, there is something like that.
Yeah, there's like a little box in the bottom.
Yeah, so
but I'm saying
that's how they'll utilize it.
No, knowing ESPN, they're going to, let's cut to commercial real quick.
5-minute commercials.
The Rich Eisen Show will broadcast on ESPN Radio, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus starting September 2nd.
Yeah.
If you, ESPN, listen, man, I
Yeah,
love you
ESPN
guys.
spend
but
some
if
money
you
now.
mess up my NFL Red Zone, so help me.
I can't imagine they would do it. I could see them doing a picture-in-picture.
That's what I was thinking.
I can see them cut the
Because
strips
that's
commercials.
obviously
Brent.
pretty common now. You can see that in the Friday Night Zone Blitz as well, coming up on Fridays.
A few weeks away.
Watch while they play. That's not what we call it, but I can't remember what we call it.
Midlife crisis right around the corner if the NFL Red Zone
Hey,
goes
Vito
away.
Stellito on Storytellers in the 904 right now at ActionSportsShacks.com and the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network.
Is it gonna do?
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes,
Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the home